portfolio and why it's in there? The Naples Trust Company and the Sanibel Captiva Trust Company were founded in response to high net worth investors seeking quality independent wealth management to protect and grow their family's assets. At the Trust Company, we like to say we don't invest in the market, we just buy great companies. Our local investment managers are not only experienced and proven, but talented analysts. It's taken years, perhaps a lifetime, to reach the financial freedom that you and your family enjoy today. Your financial future should rest in the hands of a company with the integrity and experience to preserve and grow your assets. The Naples and Sanibel Captiva Trust Company teams invite you to experience the true meaning of private wealth management. Contact us at one of our local offices and let's get acquainted. NaplesTrustCompany.com.
All investments involve risk and are not guaranteed.
You've worked hard in life and created substantial wealth, but isn't your legacy about more than money? At FindMark, we ask our clients, how will you prepare the next generation? Will they inherit your values along with your wealth? Having a plan is essential. FindMark can help. Visit us at our locations in Fort Myers, Naples, Bonita Springs, and Estero, or online at findmarkbank.com.
92.5 WFSX Estero. It's 6 o'clock on Southwest Florida's news and talk station, 92.5 Fox News.
President Biden is trying to restore calm in the Middle East. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. He's been talking to both sides.
Palestinians and Israelis equally deserve to live in safety and security.
But the warring continues today. Fox's Simon Owen has a live update.
Dave, 1 week into hostilities, Israeli airstrikes keep hitting Gaza. Israel's military says it's destroyed 9 miles of underground tunnels used by Palestinian militants. Militants keep firing rockets in the other direction, although the pace appears to have slowed. 188 Palestinians have been killed and 8 people in Israel. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said yesterday that Israel's attacks are continuing at full force. Dave?
Simon, a lot of gas stations are still on E along the East Coast as Colonial Pipeline keeps trying to deliver more gasoline after a cyber attack shut down. Gas Buddy reports 80% of stations are out of gas in Washington, D.C., more than half in North Carolina, nearly half South Carolina to Georgia.
Along with gas shortages comes the worry of price gouging. Some areas getting harder hit than others, with people seeing the highest gas prices since 2014. Right now in D.C., it's $3.14. Maryland is $3.06.
Fox's Ashley Strohmeyer. The number of coronavirus cases keeps going down. The less than 17,000 new infections reported by Johns Hopkins yesterday appears to be the fewest since June of last year, as almost 60% of American adults have gotten at least one COVID vaccine dose. Those fully vaccinated no longer have to wear masks outdoors and in most indoor places. In updated guidance from the CDC, the director, Dr. Rochelle Walensky, tells Fox News Sunday,
if you are not vaccinated, you are not safe. Please go get vaccinated or continue to wear your mask.
In Minnesota, the now former police officer who shot a black man, presumably thinking her gun was a taser, returns to court today. She's charged with manslaughter. America's listening.
This update is presented by Johnston Spinal Care, the leader in spinal decompression. Find them online at 596back.com.
Wink News, traffic.
Good Monday morning. We're watching a disabled vehicle in Bonita Springs, not far from Bonita National in Valencia, Bonita. That's right at Bonita Beach Road and Vincent Road. So watch out for some activity there as crews are working on getting that removed from Bonita Beach Road right now. Looking good along 75 till you get to mile marker 184 northbound. That's right near Ponce de Leon Boulevard in Northport. We have a crash off to the right-hand shoulder, so not blocking traffic. Just use caution in that area because you will see troopers trying to get that crash removed from that shoulder. Looking good on the bridges between Cape Coral and Fort Myers. Everything nice and quiet. Should take you only a few minutes in each direction on all of our area bridges. And Alligator Alley quiet as well, heading toward the East Coast. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Happy Monday, Southwest Florida. We are still starting off on the cooler and drier side with temperatures in the upper 60s and lower 70s. Eventually, we will soar to near 90, but with drier air in place, plus the breezy wind, it's going to be a very comfortable afternoon overall. And if you're a fan of that breeze, just know it's sticking around for the entire work week. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Brittany Van Voorhees.
Get more than what the internet tells you. Get up to speed on The Drive with Trey Radel. Weekdays 5 to 7. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
The real estate market is really hot right now, but for how long? I'm Anthony Gomes from GomesMovesHomes.com. You've heard Drew Steele talk about me on his show. If you're thinking about selling your home for a premium price, now is the time. You can sell over market value without doing repairs, letting strangers in your home, and you pick the closing date. Learn how for free. No pressure, no obligation. Go to GomesMovesHomes.com. GomesMovesHomes.com.
Ever purchased an online item and either it doesn't fit, has missing parts, or became damaged? Trying to save a few bucks can end up costing more. My Shower Door is a locally owned and operated family business that measures, manufactures, and installs our own brand of frameless shower doors right here in Southwest Florida. And we were just named Lee County's Manufacturer of the Year. With almost 80,000 shower doors installed, we have the experience and expertise. Plus, estimates are always free. Want to see more? Go to myShowerDoor.com.
True relief for back and neck pain. Back or neck pain is not just unpleasant, it can be debilitating, preventing you from performing your daily routine and even confining you to bed. In decades past, patients suffering from spinal issues were often just given pain medication, spinal injections, and when they did not heal, often underwent spinal surgery. Luckily, there is now another option, non-surgical spinal decompression. At Johnson Spinal Care 596 Back, we use an advanced technology to apply a completely safe unloading force to relieve nerve compression associated with bulging herniated discs, sciatica, stenosis, scoliosis, neuropathy. This award-winning approach, safe for any age, has gained international praise from physicians for its success. Complete pain relief is achievable. Johnson Spinal Care is here to serve you. Call our Medicare-friendly office today for an immediate, no-charge telephone consultation. 596-BACK. 596-BACK. That's 596-2225.
Presented by Rocket Mortgage. When you need certainty in the home buying process with a loan that fits your life, Rocket can.
Where do designers store their clients' furniture when doing an estate home remodel? Rice's Moving and Transport in Naples, with over 10,000 square feet of air-conditioned storage space. Designers use Rice's Moving and Transport for one reason. Rice's Moving team will pad wrap and inspect all articles carefully, then securely store them. Contractors use Rice's during a remodel to store customers' personal items too. Earn to your home, completely unpacked and carefully reassembled. Another important point to consider when selecting a mover is this: only a handful of moving companies actually follow all the laws in cash. This creates an issue for you as they are not insured. If there's an accident, you're responsible. So if you're planning a whole home or condo remodel or need help moving and storing your treasured furniture and valuables, trust Rice's Moving and Transport, fully licensed and insured for your peace of mind. Rice'sMoving.net.
For professional roofing, the name you need to know is D.R. Martineau.
Dan Martineau from D.R. Martineau Roofing. For 30 years, we have been. Remember, D.R. Martineau Roofing. Integrity, knowledge, service. Just Google DRM Roofing.
License number CCC 1326954.
For professional to know is D.R. Martineau.
From 92.5 Fox News.
It's the stuff Southwest Florida is talking about.
Now, here's the guy at the epicenter of what's important to those of us who live in Southwest Florida. Drew Steele.
Well, good morning, Southwest Florida. Glad you're here. 239-479-5592. Tom is the website. Steele has 3 E's, as you know. And you can go there and watch this very program right now. You can still go to Facebook if you like at Drew Steele Radio as well. And we appreciate you watching. Coming up this morning, let's see. Well, Benjamin Netanyahu is defending these airstrikes on buildings that housed media outlets like Al Jazeera and the AP. How is it that the AP and Al Jazeera had no idea that Hamas was in the building in Gaza? It just seems very odd. And oftentimes what we do, Benjamin Netanyahu tried to make the case to Face the Nation this weekend and to others that you know how they feel when it comes to Israel and how this explanation of, listen, this is what we do. We realize, we find out, we have information that proves the smoking gun that says that Hamas is in this building and they're using this building to coordinate terrorism against Israel from Gaza.
And so they let everybody know well ahead of time. Listen, we're blowing up the building. Get out. How often do you hear anybody doing that? It's what they do. And then you see this just strategic firing upon this building. And if you watch the video over the weekend, it's stunning. The building collapses and you don't hear about mass death and casualties because they warned everybody it was coming. But it seems like for the media and for others, no, it's not enough. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter what you do because you're wrong, period, and discussion, full stop. So we have that and some of the information as we get throughout the evening into this morning. We'll have that coming up. Also, lots on mask mandates. Who's dropping them? Who's upset about mask mandates? You're hearing about the theme parks in the state of Florida that looks like there's no worries about social distancing and masking. You're seeing pictures, maybe even on social media. Have you noticed that, Jake? There's more and more pictures of people going, look at me, I'm in a store and I don't have a mask on. Not everybody's happy about that. And there's still people that are confused about it, trying to figure out. I thought it was something that we were supposed to worry about. It was tragic. It was awful. There's no way we're going to be able to take. Hey, listen. Okay, masks are gone. Oh, wait a minute. There's some that might say that the timing is curious. It almost seems like it's a little more political than anything else, than the science and the data. But that's just me talking, and a whole lot of other folks, because it is amazing when your administration is teetering already 100 and some odd days afterwards. You've got crisis in the Middle East. You have crisis when it comes to fuel prices. You have crisis when it comes to inflation. Stagflation is even being talked about. Think about this for a second. Stagflation. Imagine an economy that isn't moving, but prices are going up. We don't even have an economy that can recover from anything that looks like inflation. It's not moving enough to even pace it. What would that be like? Well, there's also that. So some might say, well, it seems curious. All of these things are happening, and maybe, you got to unmask, and you've got to get people back out there, and you got to have these people start spending money, because if they don't, we're in a whole lot. Yeah, it's not me, but many people have said that to me, and I'm going to say that to you, and I'll present the evidence, and we'll have some questions about that. And there's also some interesting news that I saw yesterday. And this is just to pique Jake's interest, because Elon Musk went from he can do no wrong when he tweets. Do you remember the old commercials when E.F. Hutton talks, people listen? That's a really old school. Do you have no idea what I'm talking about? So there was a commercial for I guess it was E.F. Hutton was a brokerage house. And they always said, when E.F. Hutton talks, people listen. And so it would be a commercial. I'm explaining this to Jake. And maybe some of you know this. So I don't know if it was the 70s or the 80s. But the whole thing was there's a big group of people. And there's a guy sitting there. And he says, my broker is making me blah, 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 blah. Who's your broker? My broker is E.F. Hutton. And E.F. Hutton says, and you have 100 people that just stop. And they turn to the guy to listen. Because when E.F. Hutton talks, people listen. Anyway, I'm getting to a point here. The reason why I say that is because how many times, Jake, have you noticed Elon Musk? He'll tweet something about Doge. He'll tweet something about Bitcoin. He'll tweet something about green M&Ms. It doesn't even matter what it is. If he tweets it, all of a sudden the whole world is like, I can't eat green M&Ms. Or I got to go buy Doge. I got to sell Doge. I don't know what, right? So Elon Musk pretty much can say it and the whole world spins.
He's kind of like the godfather of crypto at the moment.
Yeah. Well, maybe not anymore. Did you hear what happened over the weekend?
Of course I did.
Yeah, I know you did. The Godfather no longer. The Godfather is now the running joke in the crypto universe. How did Elon Musk go from what he says moves markets to, I don't even care what Elon Musk says, he's nuts? No, I'm not kidding, right? Am I saying this correctly, Jake? Because as I'm reading stories over the weekend about they're torching him on social media. I can't believe some of the things they're saying about Elon Musk. He went from, and the reason why, here's why you care about it. Because if you're into cryptocurrency, if you don't know anything about cryptocurrency, hold on a second, I'll get to you. If you care about cryptocurrency, if you look at your crypto accounts, as Jake is thoroughly depressed this morning, you can see everything is just in the tank, so to speak, right now. I mean, relatively speaking, in the recent universe, right? Bitcoin is at levels that people were like, it's supposed to go the other way. Why are you going the wrong way? Like it was at 60 at one point, and now it's in the 40s. Ethereum is another one that's starting to go down a little bit. I don't even know where Doge is. I have no idea where it's at.
It hasn't moved.
Hasn't moved. Not doing anything.
It's like at a halt.
Because nobody knows what to do. And if you don't know anything about crypto and you really don't know a whole lot about Elon Musk except the fact that it's Tesla and you know the Tesla vehicles, well, what if I were to tell you that all of a sudden, out of the middle of nowhere, Elon Musk is like, yeah, you know what? Not only are we not going to accept Bitcoin to purchase vehicles anymore, which is a weird thing, but I'm not sure about what we're doing when it comes to our carbon footprint, and maybe we should have a carbon tax, because not only when you look at electric vehicles and how they're going to get their energy and the carbon tax and the footprint and everything, but also when it comes to cryptos, all these people like Jake and others that got 100 computers in their basement or their living room, and their whole wall is filled with computers that are just chugging along all day. Boy, they're all plugged in, and they are just chugging and using some serious energy, and we can't have that. So what Elon Musk is saying is, yeah, you know how we have the basis for something that's really important when it comes to another currency and when it comes to an alternative, maybe even a blockchain that could keep transactions between individuals safer or even quicker, eliminating the third person, and some of the other things that we can do commerce through the blockchain. Yeah, well, it uses way too much energy, and we got to. So now all of a sudden, Elon Musk has become John Kerry, and people are like, "What? Wait, what? When did you didn't know this the whole time? Why are you saying that now?" So we'll talk about how he's getting torched. And it's a big deal because it moves markets. Because if you have, and again, another reason why this is important, in order for PC culture, cancel culture, critical race theory, carbon tax, Green New Deal, you need to have high-profile adopters, people that are the names, the faces, to get on board with the things that you're trying to accomplish. If you get early adopters with huge names and influence, that's how, in this world right now, you can make a difference. They had a list of like the top 20 social media influencers in the world. And you see that, it's Hollywood, sports, you see all these different people, and you know all the names. But social media influencers mean something in a culture where many people are looking at a certain age and going, I have no idea what you're talking about. I don't know what a social media influencer is. I know that my kids and my grandkids are using Facebook and Twitter and TikTok and all of these, Instagram. I don't even know if they're using Facebook. Or I think that they don't even use Twitter. They don't really use Facebook. It's all about Instagram and TikTok, right? Anything else, Jake? What am I missing? Instagram, TikTok is where all the youths... Snapchat, that's where all the youths of America are at. But when you have these people that are influencing products, political statements, you all of a sudden find out that the world shifts in a completely different direction, and it's not your world anymore. It's their world. It's you have to realize all of this is happening to not only know where the winds are going, but also how to stop some of the things that are happening. And I'll give you an example of something that happened over the weekend. So my son was bullied over the weekend by someone in the neighborhood for not accepting the fact that a 14-year-old girl in the neighborhood was a lesbian. Can I say that again? My son was bullied this weekend in my neighborhood because he would not just accept the fact that a 14-year-old was a lesbian. How dare my son bring up the Bible? How dare my son bring up the fact that I don't really care? I still love you guys. It doesn't matter. But I don't know why you're getting in my face about this just because I disagree with what you're saying. I mean, as a 12-year-old, he's pretty aware of what's happening. But that's the reason why I'm bringing this up again is because two things. Number one, there's a world that's out there that's forcing a stream of culture to go in a direction that you have to get on board and you have to be part of the stream. Otherwise, you get swept away into a completely different place or you get left at the shoreline. And you're going to have to make the decision in your family and by yourself whether or not you're going to hop into that stream and get on the boat or whether you're going to sit on the shore and say, no, thanks. And there's a battle out there for not only what's happening with adults and some of the things we're hearing about with the military. I mean, there's a story right now, NBC2 locally. The headline, Space Force commander fired after criticizing the United States military. What? Why? How could you have a commander criticizing the military? Until you read more into the story, and it has more to do with the Church of Woke. The Wokenistas, the Wokesheviks, the whatever word you want to use. They don't tell you that part. They just throw that headline out because it comes from CNN and, they just regurgitate. They don't do any work. There's no journalism. It's just rip and read. But not only are we dealing with these headlines and adults look at this and then we're told that you have to follow this Church of Woke, but we have a generation of kids that are growing up right now in neighborhoods with kids that are going to schools in their own neighborhood that are teaching these kids that this is just the way it is and you accept it and that is life and that is what we believe as teachers and that's what we're teaching our kids. And if you're not on that wavelength, if you're not on the bandwagon, if you are not part of those that agree and you have a contradictory view, if you look and say, well, I'm not really on board with that, doesn't mean I don't like you, doesn't mean I'm going to talk down to you, doesn't mean I'm going to bully you, doesn't mean I'm going to do anything like that. It just means that I disagree. Listen, if that's what you do, that's fine. But if I disagree with you, you have no reason to bully me or get in my face. But that's where we are in a generation that is growing up that you may not even see sometimes because all of it is happening behind the walls of Snapchat and TikTok and everything else. And so we're going to talk a little bit more about that. This story is crazy. This Space Force commander story. And it's crazy on a couple of different levels because you have to read through the story to actually find out what in the world is going on. And then you realize that you have a choice to make. Either you are accepting of what's going on with the military, you're accepting of what's going on with certain administrations and the FBI and the CIA and whether or not there can be weaponizing of other kinds, because if you disagree with the policies that are happening in these agencies, and then maybe you might have some trouble. And then the second part is another important one, and it has to do with us locally, right here in Southwest Florida. I'm just telling you, you got local media outlets when NBC2 locally is regurgitating a story from CNN where the headline is so deceiving. And if you don't actually read it, if you're just looking at the headline, you're going, oh my gosh. Well, I'm glad that Space Force commander was fired after criticizing the military. How dare he? What could he possibly? He must have said something awful in Space Force. That's Trump's Space Force. So that's ridiculous anyway. So I'm glad that Trump supporting, probably QAnon loving, fill in the blank, is out of the. I'm glad he's out. And you read the story and you find out, well, wait a minute, there's more to it. And we're gonna talk about that in detail coming up. But yeah, that's your local outlets, everybody. That's your local media doing some local journalism, which is called lazy. There's no local journalism happening What they're doing is they're just ripping and reading. They're not taking the story, looking at the story and going, hey, that's not really what it says. I'm not just going to regurgitate the headline. I might be able to do something more with this. No, that's not how it works anymore. And it's pretty disappointing. 239-479-5592. All right, when we come back, we'll get to this story on the way. We'll get to the latest when it comes to masking, no masking. Hey, how are we going to do this in schools now? What are we going to do here locally? Look, it's only a couple of more weeks. Just tough it out, all right? Let your kids tough it out. So what, they can't, having a hard time breathing in class. Listen, it's just for a couple of more weeks. They'll make it, right? So we'll talk about that next. It's Daybreak 92.5, Fox News, right all along.
This is 92.5 Fox News. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
This is Matt Devitt, Wink News. I've always been passionate about the weather and helping families stay ahead of severe storms. And now as a newlywed, I'm even more passionate about helping keep the ones you love safe. Southwest Florida is a weather paradise, but when the weather turns dangerous, accurate forecasting can be the difference between inconvenience and disaster. It's why the Wink Weather Authority is always on the job.
Trust Matt Devitt on Wink News, the Weather Authority.
Next, Rachel.
Hey, what are you guys doing here?
Our friends are popping in for an hour of sheet pan suppers.
Who doesn't love that? An easy cleanup.
With Top Chef's Gail Simmons Winner Chicken Dinner.
I am very excited about this.
Chef Ronnie Woo's Catch of the Day.
Quick, it's flavorful, and it's so easy.
And dessert with Chef Ryan Scott.
And then I summons the pastry therapist.
Next, Rachel.
Rachel Ray, this morning at 11 on WXCW.
Are you looking for the perfect spot for your retirement? Just add water. Shell Point Retirement Community is located in Fort Myers on the Caloosahatchee River, just minutes from the Gulf of Mexico and Sanibel Island. Enjoy a vibrant waterfront lifestyle with miles of walking and bike trails. For boaters, there's a private marina with free boat docks to keep your boat right at home. Or join your friends on the community boat for cruises to local restaurants and beaches. Shell Point is comprised of 7 neighborhoods with scenic water views. Life slows down on the water as residents enjoy kayaking through hundreds of acres of secluded bird-filled waterways. To learn more about waterfront living at Shell Point, schedule a private appointment or attend one of our weekly group seminars, which include a tour of the community. Call 239-466-1131 or go online to shellpoint.org. Enjoy waterfront living today. It's all here at Shell Point.
At FPL, we're always looking the future straight in the eye. When the future said cut back on foreign oil, we made way for clean, American-made natural gas. And when the future said we need more clean energy, we said, how about 30 million solar panels by 2030? And when it said we need zero carbon emissions, we said, okay, how about green hydrogen? That's energy made from water. We're planning, preparing, and investing because Florida deserves an energy future we can depend on. See how at fpl.com/value.
Hey Barb, thanks for dinner last night. I love your kitchen countertops. Who did them for you?
Rock Solid. And they gave us a free sink.
What's their number?
596-7676.
Sorry, trouble with my PIN. What's that number?
596-7676.
That's it. I'm done with these free pins from the bank. The chains keep getting in the way.
Those pins aren't free.
Oh.
At Rock Solid, your sink is free, along with free bathroom countertop materials. Just pay for installation when you get kitchen countertops. Rock Solid. JNC Boulevard, Naples, rocksolidnaples.com or 596-7676. Rock Solid, where you always get more.
Hi, I'm Kyle Lee with Lee Auto Group. We want your car, truck, van, or SUV today. We are paying top dollar for clean vehicles. Before you sell or trade, call Lee Auto Group to get the most money for your car. Lee Auto Group, lee-cars.com. Don't forget the dash.
Lee Auto Group is looking for quality pre-owned vehicles. Let them make your buying or selling experience easy and safe. Contact Lee Auto Group at 239-288-7374 or visit lee-cars.com.
Don't forget the dash. Why would someone take a chance on purchasing a frameless shower door from a big box store or an online discounter of an obscure brand, and then try and find a licensed, qualified installer to put it in, when you can deal directly with a local, family-owned business that consults, measures, manufactures, and installs their own award-winning brand of shower doors? My Shower Door is a family-owned and operated business and has the highest ratings on Angie's List and Home Advisor. Want to see more? Go to myshowerdor.com.
Hey, we get it. You don't want to be hearing a Progressive commercial right now, so let us tell you something you do want to hear.
You are intelligent. You make all the right decisions. You were smart before smart was cool, and you made it cool again. You have a wealth of knowledge, and you are so very clever. I bet you already knew I was going to say that, you genius. There, don't you feel better? You'll also feel better when you hear you could save big when you switch to Progressive. But I'm pretty sure you already knew that, too. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
This is Matt Devitt, Wink News. I've always been passionate about the weather and helping families stay ahead of severe storms. And now as a newlywed, I'm even more passionate about helping keep the ones you love safe. Southwest Florida is a weather paradise, but when the weather turns dangerous, accurate forecasting can be the difference between inconvenience and disaster. It's why the Wink Weather Authority is always on the job.
Trust Matt Devitt on Wink News, the Weather Authority.
Next, Rachel.
Hey, what are you guys doing here?
Our friends are popping in for an hour of sheet pan suppers.
Who doesn't love that? An easy cleanup.
With Top Chef's Gail Simmons Winner Chicken Dinner.
I am very excited about this.
Chef Ronnie Woo's Catch of the Day.
Quick, it's flavorful, and it's so easy.
And dessert with Chef Ryan Scott.
And I summons the pastry therapist.
Next, Rachel.
Rachel Ray, this morning at 11 on WXCW.
People sometimes may wonder why they need a big law firm after their injury. Imagine you're on your way to work and then bam, your whole life changes. You're injured and now you have to fight for justice. Your opponent is not the driver of the car that hit you. It's their insurance company. When you're fighting to get what you deserve, it's go big or go home. When it comes to law, size matters. We're America's largest injury law firm, Morgan & Morgan. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
This is 92.5 Fox News. Is 92.5 Fox News.
Fox News. I'm Chris Foster. More Israeli airstrikes in Gaza today in response to rocket attacks by the militant group Hamas. Strikes yesterday killed at least 42 Palestinians, according to the local health ministry. President Biden says Israelis and Palestinians deserve to live in safety and security.
And my administration is going to continue to engage Palestinians and Israelis and other regional partners to work towards sustained calm.
The president marking the end of Ramadan, the Muslim holy month of fasting. The head of the CDC, Dr. Rochelle Walensky, says federal guidance that fully vaccinated people can mostly stop wearing masks for coronavirus protection is based on science.
On ABC's This Week, she said,
"We are asking people to take their health into their own hands."
Dr. Walensky says while CDC guidance is for individuals, people should be mindful of community and business policies that may still require masks.
Fox's Gernal Scott. America's listening to Fox News.
Wink News, traffic.
Good Monday morning. Still dealing with a crash on 75 northbound at mile marker 184 in Northport. Not blocking any lanes. Just use caution because we still have troopers out there trying to get that cleared up off that right-hand shoulder. Also heading out through Lee County right now, we have a disabled vehicle on Bonita Beach Road east of 75 near Valencia Lakes in that area, right at Vincent Road. So watch out for some activity there. And heading through Golden Gate Estates in Collier County, we have a crash at DeSoto Boulevard North and 18th Avenue Northeast, just south of Randall. No injuries. Doesn't look like much in the way of roadblock that you could get around it as well. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Happy Monday, Southwest Florida. We are still starting off on the cooler and drier side with temperatures in the upper 60s and lower 70s. Eventually, we will soar to near 90, but with drier air in place, plus the breezy wind, it's going to be a very comfortable afternoon overall. And if you're a fan of that breeze, just know it's sticking around for the entire work week. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Brittany Van Voorhees.
Drew Steele in the morning and Trey Radel in the afternoon. 2 doses of what cures liberalism. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Does market turbulence and economic turmoil have you worried about your retirement nest egg? I'm Alfie Townsend. Learn how to navigate these uncertain times. Tune in to Saving the Investor radio show every Saturday at 9 a.m. or visit us at savingtheinvestor.com.
Is foot pain making your life miserable? The Good Feet Store specializes in foot pain relief. Call 552-FEET or visit us at the Good Feet Store in Naples or our newest location in Fort Myers. Or stop in for a free personalized arch support fitting at the Good Feet Store.
It's Fred Kobe with your Kobe Cooling Tip for the day. When you call us at 239-482-1542, what you'll get is a warm reception, We'll send out a real NATE-certified expert mechanic who will treat you and your time with respect. Our team will help to inform you of the situation and correct any issues that we find. Our goal is to make sure your experience with our team is a pleasant one, and we work very hard every day to meet that goal. Kobe is who we are, and cooling is what we do. But we also know we're nothing without you. Thank you, Southwest Florida, for almost 70 years of trust in our family. When you think of air conditioning companies, we hope you'll think of Kobe Cooling. No nonsense and no pressure. We're the company your neighbors use. License CACO 57313. Kobe, the most trusted name in the business since 1949, serving local Southwest Florida families for almost 70 years.
2, 4, 6. It's the $8,000 trade-in event. $8,000. For 4 days only, Sutherland Nissan Fort Myers and Sutherland Nissan Cape Coral are giving you $8,000 more than book value for your trade. Thursday through Sunday, only Florida's #1 Nissan dealer can give you more money than your stimulus and tax refund combined. Bring in any trade, regardless of year, make, or model, whether it's a loan, lease, or paid off. How can you possibly pass this opportunity up? Nobody pays you $8,000 more than anything is worth. Nobody, except Sutherland Nissan. Bring in any trade, regardless of year, make, or model, whether it's a loan, lease, or paid off. The $8,000 trade-in event absolutely ends 7 p.m. Sunday. Rush to Sutherland Nissan Fort Myers and the all-new Sutherland Nissan Cape Coral, your used car megastore. Online at flnissan.com. If you don't shop Sutherland, you'll pay too much.
See dealer for details.
At Mr. Sparky, we're America's on-time electrician. We all count on our home's electrical outlets to provide us the power we need when we need it. But sometimes an overloaded circuit can lead to a blown outlet. So leave it to the pros at Mr. Sparky. We'll get it done right and get it done safely. Call now for $77 off any repair.
You don't have to put up with any malarkey. Call 888.
Limitations and restrictions may apply. Independently owned and operated. Licensed in the respective state or county.
Hey, this is Papa reporting that a lady recently complained that she did not like my commercial about the guy spitting chewing tobacco. She said that sound made her sick. I asked her what she thought about my commercial of Bart the donkey, and she went... Either way, a special thanks to over 4,000 wonderful people who did respond to Papa's wacky commercials and making this past year our biggest, most profitable year in over 30 years. On behalf of my sons, Casey, Kerry, and Cody, we invite you to call Papa for our free tile roof inspection. If we find needed repairs, we'll do our best to make it affordable. Let us show you how we can clean and seal your tile roof, pavers, and pool decks the eco-friendly way, and it's cleaner, safer, and lasts longer. We promise to keep the donkey off your roof. Call me, Papa, for our free tile roof inspection. 945-2700. That's 945-2700. Remember, area code 239-945-2700. We're open 24/7.
License number CCC 1326213.
This is Drew Steele on 92.5 Fox News. Now, back to Daybreak with Drew Steele.
With the new CDC guidance, some businesses have dropped their mask policies, but I saw that others, like Walmart, are still requiring them. Yep, as of now, Walmart still requires a mask, but somehow it doesn't require pants.
Oh, that's not very nice. Okay, are you trying to make the suggestion that if you go to Walmart, you see pictures like on social media and in different places of individuals who go to Walmart who wear unusual clothing? Is that what you're suggesting? Have you ever... Oh gosh, look at the time. 239-479-5592 is the talk and text line. That's really nice. DrewSteele.com is the website, Steele S3Es. We always appreciate you watching, and there on Facebook if you want to continue. That's fine at Drew Steele Radio. All right, I promised I would get to this story. We're going to do some more mask news as we know that places like Walmart are ending mask requirements. CDC Director Walensky was not too long ago saying she was worried, she was scared, she had to go off script while she's reading a script to say that she's going off script to say how scared she is and she's worried and things are horrible and horrific. And then all of a sudden it's like, hey, everything's fine now. Kind of changed her mind, except children under 12 now, we're told, should still wear masks. children under 12 should still wear masks. So I'm assuming that now, if you have a school district that's saying we have to continue to mask our kids, the reason is they're going to shoot right over anything that has to do with here in the state and go right to the CDC and say, well, they're saying it. So we're just following CDC guidelines, and they are the end-all, be-all. So that gives us a little bit of an out. Is that what's happening? I don't know. But I'm just putting that out there because if the CDC is now saying that, and then we have to explicitly follow them, I guess. All right, we'll get to that in just a second. I had to get to this story because I think this is important. So NBC2 locally, as they bring you the news, they're telling you that Space Force commander was fired after criticizing the United States military. Well, this is awful. I mean, and it's Space Force because it's Trump and it's Trump's Space Force. It's not my Space Force. Until I need them, then it'll be mine, and then I'll say whoever's the next Democrat president when we actually need the Space Force at that moment that it was their Space Force and not Trump's Space Force or anything like that. But for the time being, I hate the Space Force, and now we've got a commander fired after criticizing the military. Well, this is an awful story. I need to know more because, if it's a local media outlet that's telling you that this happened and they're ripping it from CNN headlines, you can trust it. Okay, that's really even hard for me to say with a straight I just can't do it. And if you're looking at me at drewsteele.com, the website, you can see how I can't do it with a straight face. So you're like, all right, what's the big deal? What's the story? Well, if you read from NBC2's story, Washington, CNN, a Space Force lieutenant colonel has been removed from his command after criticizing the United States military on a conservative podcast. No, it should be more dramatic. That's better. All right. So I haven't even got to the story, and already you got the CNN audience, and I guess apparently the NBC2 audience that is just like, all right, we're in. Conservatives bad, conservative podcast, criticizing the U.S. military. Why would they do that? Well, he wrote a book called Irresistible Revolution, the Marxist Goal of Conquest and the Unmasking of the American Military. And what does it say in this book? Well, they're saying that there's a loss of trust and confidence in his ability to lead. Because he talked about the claims that the U.S. military has been infiltrated by a neo-Marxist agenda, which is transforming military culture and policy. Oh, well, wait a minute. This story takes an interesting turn here. We went from a guy criticizing the military who is out of the Space Force, Trump's Space Force, so it's got to be bad, to, wait a minute, this guy is a commander, but he wrote a book about how he's concerned about the neo-Marxism and some of the other things that are happening and infiltrating into the military. And his book, self-published, according to the description, explores the, quote, impact of a neo-Marxist agenda and the manner in which the, quote-unquote, here we go, ready? The, quote, Black Lives Matter movement, anti-racism, postmodernism, and political correctness, unquote, affect the national security of the United States. Said he had informed his superiors, public affairs staff, and lawyers for the military about the book prior to its publication. But it was not subject to a pre-publication review. And according to the Defense Directive 134410, it prohibits active duty personnel from engaging in quote-unquote partisan political activities. Service members are, however, permitted to express their personal opinions on political candidates and issues in their personal capacity and when not in uniform. So he gets demoted. Talks about this extremism that he is worried about that's happening. Now, I guess the question is this. As the headline pops, you can see how the headlines come out from places like CNN and NBC2, and let's hope it's not other local media outlets. But, rip and read CNN, why not? Let's go for it, because probably in that newsroom they agree with the politics. Is he right? I mean, if he's describing it as the impact of a neo-Marxist agenda, and that neo-Marxist agenda being Black Lives Matter movements infiltrating, postmodernism, political correctness, affecting national security, you would be concerned that he might be right. In the book, I'm sure he gives examples, but I'm asking you right now, and if you're listening to me and you're thinking, well, this seems to be a right decision. How dare he say things like this? He's questioning the military. The military of today. How dare he do that? Is there any proof? I mean, you can't even find anything, any kind of proof that this guy puts out a book. He does something outrageous like that. I'll even take the mildest of examples, let's just say. Do you have any proof? Can you give me one single example of the military showing political correctness? I mean, if you could do that, then maybe you'd have a case. But you can't even say anything like that. How dare you even suggest that something like this could be going on?
Although I had a fairly typical childhood, took ballet, played violin, I also marched for equality. I like to think I've been defending freedom from an early age. When I was 6 years old, one of my moms had an accident that left her paralyzed. Doctors said she might never walk again. But she tapped into my family's pride to get back on her feet.
Yeah, well, there was that Army recruitment video from last week that featured a lesbian wedding there and about the girl raised by two moms, and she marched for equality, and she was able to get on her feet, standing at the altar to marry her other mom. It's an Army recruitment video. Well, there's that. So again, if you're making the suggestion that it's not happening, if you're making the suggestion that it's not true, give me the proof. That seems proof-worthy right there. That there's a possibility that that's exactly what's happening. We're probably also familiar with the CIA video, the unapologeticist. Is that a word? Unapologetically unapologetic. The working at the CIA and the intersectional cisgender millennial who is unapologetic because she refuses to internalize her misguided patriarchal ideas of what a woman should and could be. And so there's that. But again, we don't ask for a lot. I don't. It would be so nice if you would stay away from the clickbait headlines and give us the news. If that's what you're doing, make the headline about the story specifically, as opposed to something to click on to get people all upset and frustrated, or maybe not even to do that, just to show the headline and try to make it seem as if it's something that it's not. But then when you dig in, you come to find out that, maybe there's a little more to this story. And some of the things that are happening that maybe some people don't want to admit to, like the fact that you have an Army recruitment video that's focusing on a very politically correct, very woke recruitment ad and situation. It's there and it's happening. And it's a weird video too. It's like very Disney cartoonish. Did you see the video of this, Jake? It's like, yeah, it starts as like they're showing these four individuals, I guess, in the video, and then all of a sudden they become cartoon characters. It's an Army recruitment. They become cartoon characters, and no, I'm serious. I mean, it's cartoon characters. Looks like Disney. It's like any minute Cinderella's going to come along and go, "Let's go, troops. Let's go back to the battlefield. Let's go. Give me 10." Or something like that. Did you see it? Look at it. Yeah, it's weird. A little strange. All right, 239-479-5592. By the way, I cannot confirm or deny that Cinderella at any point in her history ever said, drop and give me 20. I don't even know. Steve in Naples, by the way, wanted to talk about this. You had some stories about some. Well, tell me, Steve, what's your call about here? First of all, good morning, happy Monday.
How are you?
I'm fine.
Well, I'm calling because I'm actually driving from Naples to Miami right now. I'm a pilot with American Airlines, and American Airlines is investigating a pilot whose social media posts have been critical of the critical race theory being taught in his school district. And on the other side of that, we have an American Airlines executive who has shown up at board meetings for the school board, and he's in favor of this critical race theory. And it's like a double standard here. I just found out about it yesterday, and one of my fellow pilots is being investigated because of his posts. Whereas on the other end, we've got this executive high up in American, probably is in tow with the voting problems that they've been expressing, because I know American Airlines is not in favor of the new Texas voting laws, but it just seems like this double standard that we have across the board. And I myself am a 25-year veteran, and we are seeing how this diversity and inclusiveness is being spread out and being taught in the military, along with this critical race theory at all levels. Is very disheartening.
Yeah, a couple of things come to mind. The first thing is how you do have people that now we come to find out you're going to go back in their history. You're going to kind of comb through and see what they believe in. You're going to go to their social media accounts, their ability to speak freely about the things that they believe in and disagree with. And now they will be judged harshly by individuals who think quite the opposite. And next thing you know, you lose a job, you lose a position, you lose the chance for being able to grow in your company. But then on the other side of it, Steve, is really the ultimate question, which is why is it that a company like an airline would be so into critical race theory, which is basically telling you that you have to look at everything through the lens of race and skin color? Like, what benefit does a company or a society get to look at everything judging it based on the color of your skin? What's the benefit? Why are we doing that?
Well, we know why, Drew, because as an airline executive, as this individual is, they're trying to pander to every constituent that is out there. Along with the LGBTQ, they're very embracing of that, not only because a lot of our employees are part of that society, if that's what we want to call it, but they're pandering and placating every possible person that ever wants to get onto an airplane. And that's what they do. All the bottom line is $1. They want to make an extra $1 on any person they can get on an airplane, so they'll do whatever they can do to bend over and make it happen.
But again, it seems interesting because they want to make an extra $1. They want everybody on the airline. But again, I guess I'm not asking you to answer this, but rhetorically, like what is the benefit? Because if it's judging everything in the world based on the color of your skin, then ultimately it's going to come back to you in some way, shape, or form, because it's not going to end there. It's going to be something else. It may even start there with you if you're not the quote-unquote right skin color or the right tone. It could be a lot of different things, and it ultimately could... It reminds me of the story of how now we're coming to find out that... remember how people were talking about Grant and other statues that were torn down during the summer and a few summers ago, and people were saying, put them in a museum, get them instead of tearing them. And then people said, well, let's have a garden. I forgot what the garden was called in Washington, D.C., where you would have like a statue of Lee and different statues in this garden. And Biden now has canceled that. Like, it's not going to happen. Where people said, okay, instead of tearing them down, put them in a garden, put them in someplace else where people can go to see them and they won't be displayed in these public places. Now we have a garden or a place where you would have them in Washington, D.C., and the president says, no, we're not going to do that any longer. It shows you that cancel culture is not about taking those statues and putting them in a museum, because soon that museum becomes racist-ist, obia, and something to that degree. So it'll never end. It just shows how far they're willing to go. And then let me ask you this before we go, Steve, because we got to hit a break, and I have to ask you this.
Sure.
So you said you were former military, and you're flying now for the airlines. Are there a lot of people military that are flying airlines? Because I the only reason why I say this is for this reason. I feel like when I'm flying on a plane, I can tell the ones that went to flight school and were not military, and then the ones that are military. Because I always feel like the ones that are former military, it's like you guys just like gas up and go. Like you're like on the runway and you're ready to take off. Like you want to do it in a hurry. And it feels like the other ones are they slow, methodical, they stop, they rev, they go. You guys are just like, let's go. And it's just like, boom. Am I right or am I crazy?
Well, it's funny you should say that, because I always tell my flight attendants and my first officer that, hey, it's not a mission. It's just a flight. We don't need to go. So I kind of have that mindset when I go to work. But, yeah, I would say the majority of pilots that I fly with, at least 50% of them are prior military.
Yeah.
And we do have a make it happen kind of attitude, but safety is...
Oh, yeah, I'm not saying it's not... I'm not saying it's not safe. I'm saying I love it. Because I'm like, I got a former military pilot. I can feel it. I'm like, let's go. Yeah. I feel... It just feels. I feel good with all pilots. I think what you all do is amazing, incredible. But it's just one of those things you can kind of tell. It's just fun. All right, good stuff, Steve. All right, fly safe. Be good. All right, we'll see you soon. There he goes. All right, it's Daybreak 92.5 Fox News 239-479-5592. We'll get to your calls and more next on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Steele on 92.5 Fox News. Drew Steele in the morning and Trey Radel in the afternoon. 2 doses of what cures liberalism. 92.5 Fox News. Rush all along.
Rush Limbaugh. The Board of Education has an announcement. They are launching an investigation into an assistant principal at New Dorp High School in Staten Island. Suspect is Deborah Morse Cunningham. Her alleged crime is that she posted an opinion piece on social media. Her post began, "What is privilege?" Ms. Cunningham says she defines privilege as wearing a pair of $200 sneakers when you've never had a job, or wearing a pair of $300 headphones while you live on public assistance. She also classified privilege as living in publicly subsidized housing where there are no utility bills or property taxes to worry about. Well, a so-called concerned parent saw the post and was triggered. She reported it to the Board of Education, claiming the post was racist, even though not one word in it mentioned race. A spokeswoman for the New York City Department of Education defended the investigation of the post. She said the DOE stands against racism and schools must be safe and inclusive learning environments. Maybe one day New York's Education Department will investigate the Constitution, specifically the portion concerning free speech, which happens to be the First Amendment to the Bill of Rights. And they might one day investigate why so many children who attend their public schools come out completely uneducated. It was actually a brilliant, brilliant post, folks.
Newt Gingrich explaining the worst kind of identity theft, a crime that can cost you your home and is not covered by insurance or standard identity theft programs.
Your credit card company found suspicious charges on your card. That's simple identity theft. It's annoying, but they cover it. The crime you really need to worry about is home title theft, because it can cost you your home. The title documents to our homes are online now. The thief simply forges your signature in a quitclaim deed stating you sold your home and he's the new owner. Then he borrows money on your home and leaves you in debt. You won't know until a late payment or eviction notice arrives. That's why I have Home Title Lock. The instant they detect tampering with my home's title, they help shut it down. You need to protect your home's title now.
Go to HometitleLock.com and register your address to see if you're already a victim. And enter RADIO for 30 free days of protection. That's promo code RADIO at HomeTitleLock.com.
Hey, we've got my friend Dave Meister on the phone, of course, with the Floor Meisters, the family-owned Floor Meisters in Naples. And Dave, listen, I know you got a lot of things going on. You're selling a lot of cord tech. That's great, but you got this 8,000 square foot showroom with a selection of carpet that is absolutely unbelievable as well. And the prices right now are pretty amazing. So I hear you got this whole thing going on with Dreamweaver carpet starting at, wait a minute, let me just get this right, at just $1.99 a square foot?
Yes, installed carpet pad and labor, $1.99.
And there's the phones ringing already. Look at that. They're getting excited.
Oh, yeah.
Dave, tell me more about what we've got here.
So we've got a big selection, and this is quite a carpet.
Listen, if you haven't been to the Floor Meisters, you really owe it to yourself to visit their store, 6281 Naples Boulevard, right next to Costco. Whether it's tile, laminate, hardwood, or, of course, carpet, they've got it all. So give them a call today, 239-596-4964, or on the web at floormeisters.com.
Window World is a family-owned business, and we really mean family. And with a family-owned business, you get a business that is looking to treat everyone right. We live in this community. We want to take care of our friends and neighbors.
With our family-owned business, we are backed by a company that believes in top-quality products at the best price available. That way, more people can afford energy-saving windows and doors, as well as top-quality hurricane-rated high-impact windows that also offer you some increased security to your home.
And being backed by our parent company, we're going to be around for a long time. The guarantee Window World offers is the absolute best guarantee you are ever going to find in a window replacement company. If anything goes wrong with your new windows, Window World, that's us, and Window World Corporate will stand behind it and get it fixed.
No high pressure, no sitting in your home for hours trying to get you to make a decision right away, but simply good business to our friends and neighbors. And when we're through installing your new windows, we'll stand behind those windows with the best guarantee in the window replacement business. See for yourself. Window World, simply the best for less.
What makes Genesis of Naples the #1 selling Genesis dealer in the nation? It's our incredible selection and professional sales staff. Hi, I'm Sheila Zellers, owner of Genesis of Naples. When I drive my beautiful new 2021 Genesis GV80 around town, the first thing everyone says to me is, what is that beautiful SUV? I tell them it's the all-new first ever SUV from Genesis. Then they usually ask, how much does it cost? I know it's hard to believe, but it starts at just $49,500 and the fully equipped Prestige for just over $70,000. It has an amazing interior and breathtaking design and your choice of turbo engines and rear and all-wheel drive. But that's not all. New 2021 Genesis G70s have 0% financing and 72 months plus $1,000 cash back. And we have a huge selection of the all-new 2021 Genesis G80s and G90s. Come visit Genesis of Naples on Airport Road or genesisofnaples.com.
All offers with approved credit on select models. Season on January 2021 retail sales. 72 months at $0 per month per 1,000 finance. No down payment required.
92.5 WFSX Estero. It's 7 o'clock on Southwest Florida's news and talk station, 92.5 Fox News.
Independent Senator Bernie Sanders has been urging the White House to speak out against the actions of the Israeli government and is arguing that U.S. involvement is vital to de-escalation. Dave?
Rachel, Colonial Pipeline keeps flowing fuel from Texas to New Jersey, but the gas shortages persist as it recovers from the cyber attack that stopped deliveries.
Some gas stations in the southeast are still struggling. According to Gas Buddy, 80% of the gas stations in the nation's capital are out of gas. It also says 58% of North Carolina gas stations are without gas, along with 48% of South Carolina stations.
Fox's Ashley Strohmeyer, nearly 60% of American adults have gotten at least one COVID vaccine dose, and those fully vaccinated and updated CDC guidance no longer need to wear masks outdoors and in some indoor places. Biden COVID advisor Dr. Anthony Fauci tells CBS Face the Nation.
What they'll be doing now is coming out very quickly with individual types of guidances so people will say, well, what about the workplace? What about this? What about that?
America's listening to Fox News.
This update is presented by Lee Auto Group. Find your perfect vehicle at lee-cars.com.
Wink News, traffic.
Keeping an eye on a couple of crashes heading out through Immokalee right now. We have one that FHP is responding to at State Road 29 and Immokalee Drive. That's just west of the center of Immokalee with possible roadblock. And another that Collier County Sheriff's Office is responding to at State Road 29 and Oil Well Road. Injuries reported in both of those crashes, so expect to see some slowdowns out there. We also have a crash we're watching in Golden Gate Estates at DeSoto Boulevard South and 18th Avenue Southeast. No injuries. Doesn't look like much in the way of roadblock as well that you can get around it. 75, nice and quiet this morning across Collier, Lee, and Charlotte counties. We still have a crash off to the side of the road, mile marker 184, heading through Northport, northbound on the interstate. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Happy Monday, Southwest Florida. We are still starting off on the cooler and drier side with temperatures in the upper 60s and lower 70s. Eventually, we will soar to near 90, but with drier air in place, plus the breezy wind, it's going to be a very comfortable afternoon overall. And if you're a fan of that breeze, just know it's sticking around for the entire work week. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Brittany Van Voorhees.
You don't have to feel distant. Come join the conversation.
I am mad at everything going on.
This is 92.5 Fox News. Right. All along.
Hi, I'm Kyle Lee with Lee Auto Group. We want your car, truck, van, or SUV today. We are paying top dollar for clean vehicles. Before you sell or trade, call Lee Auto Group to get the most money for your car. Lee Auto Group, lee-cars.com. Don't forget the dash.
Lee Auto Group is looking for quality pre-owned vehicles. Let them make your buying or selling experience easy and safe. Contact Lee Auto Group at 239-288-7374 or visit lee-cars.com.
Don't forget the dash.
No matter what it's like outside, Trane makes it comfortable inside. You can get a great deal now on a new heating and cooling system at Trane. Visit TraneInfo.com. Visit TraneInfo.com to find your local dealer and more, because it's hard to stop a train.
There are few pleasures so missed when you're away, or as taken for granted when you're not, than the simple pleasure of being at home in your favorite room. When your home is your oasis, it can be an even better one. When you give your family the gift of lasting organization. Why choose Closet Factory? So you'll fall in love all over again with a home that works, lives, and feels better. That's how we build it at Closet Factory.
Are you looking for the perfect spot for your retirement? Just add water. Shell Point Retirement Community is located in Fort Myers on the Caloosahatchee River, just minutes from the Gulf of Mexico and Sanibel Island. Enjoy a vibrant waterfront lifestyle with miles of walking and bike trails. For boaters, there's a private marina with free boat docks to keep your boat right at home. Or join your friends on the community boat for cruises to local restaurants and beaches. Shell Point is comprised of 7 neighborhoods with scenic water views. Life slows down on the water as residents enjoy kayaking through hundreds of acres of secluded bird-filled waterways. To learn more about waterfront living at Shell Point, schedule a private appointment or attend one of our weekly group seminars, which include a tour of the community. Call 239-466-1131 or go online to shellpoint.org. Enjoy waterfront living today. It's all here at Shell Point.
From 92.5 Fox News.
It's the stuff Southwest Florida is talking about.
It's Daybreak. Now, here's the guy at the epicenter of what's important to those of us who live in Southwest Florida. Drew Steele.
Hey, good morning, Southwest Florida. Glad you're here. 239-479-5592, the talk and text line streaming live. DrewSteele.com is the website. Steele has 3 E's. You can go there. You can go to Facebook if you'd like, at Drew Steele Radio as well. It's still available for you, and so we appreciate you watching the program. So a lot has changed. I mean, we went from the CDC Director Walensky saying it's a concerning moment in time, our history. And
I'm going to pause here. I'm going to lose the script, and I'm going to reflect on the recurring feeling I have of impending doom. We have so much to look forward to, so much promise and potential of where we are, and so much reason for hope. But right now, I'm scared.
She's scared. She was scared. Remember 6 weeks ago, the end of March, beginning of April, she's scared. She doesn't know what's going to be happening. And all of a sudden, everybody's looking, and we're, the red states, Governor DeSantis, he's front and center, the most horrible state you can imagine. Everything we do is wrong. It's not because we're in election season for 2022. With Ron DeSantis. It's nothing like that. No. It doesn't have to do with the re-election of the governor. No. It's totally because he has brought deaths to a place that nobody ever imagined in the state. Wait, just in.
Breaking news.
A bombshell.
Yeah, that's not true. So we went from there to, hey, look, everything is good. We're good. We're free to move, free to go about, and everything is fine. So no more doomsaying, no fear mongering, no more of that. There's just everything is good. You can participate. You could go out now. Go indoors, outdoors, large or small, without wearing masks, physically distancing. And it's this downward trajectory. Now, it's interesting because Zero Hedge did a story on this. And as they were talking about the specifics between the impending doom, I'm not sure if we're going to make it. I'm really concerned. How quickly can Elon Musk get us on Mars? Is there any way to do that? Can we get there quickly to, hey, listen, Disney now, less masks. You can go out there and you don't have to wear a mask in the park and social distancing. And they're taking down the barriers and the plastic barriers. And now your kids could go to school unmasked. Oh, no, sorry. You still have to go to, sorry, the kids still have to go to school masked up. Sorry about that. No, we don't want to get too carried away because, the kids are the most vulnerable. No, they're not. No, they're not at all. I'm sorry. That's quite not being honest. And you would imagine that would be part of following the science. But somehow, in following the science and saying things evolve, like Dr. Fauci, the Fauci said over the weekend, the evolving science, somehow the science hasn't evolved into the area where we all know that the least vulnerable among us are the youths of America. But somehow... Did you say youths? I did. That somehow we got to mask them up. And we got to get those vaccines rolled out. Come on, let's get it. It's almost as if some people would say, not me, but some people would say, come on, we're running out of adults that are going to be taking this vaccine. We got to get them to the kids. Come on. So from the point in time where impending doom took place to the point in time where everything was fine, this 45-day period was a period to which we were on a downward trend. Like there was no doom in the impending. If you're looking at a graph, imagine a graph that looks like a hill that you're going down. You're not going up. You're going down. I can even say that to Jake the millennial, right, Jake? If I said to you, there's a hill, and this hill is not going down up, it's going down. Can you envision what a downward slope looks like? Oh, yeah? It goes from the top of your head in which direction? Towards what?
Probably the bottom.
Probably the bottom of your head. Well, the bottom of what? The bottom of... Okay. Even Jake gets it, is what I'm trying to say. So from the 45-day period of impending doom to, hey, we're free... Yeah, the slopes were going down. There was no impending doom. And if the goal of the big lie of impending doom was to encourage scared Americans to get vaccinated or die, once again, the science and the data shows it didn't work either, as daily vaccination rates have basically trended lower since Walensky's scaremongering. So again, it sure feels like it's science. Political science. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm just being off base. It's just not fair. We had the CDC director on this weekend. What show was she on? Do we know? I forget what show it was. I'll find out in a second. Hold on, stand by. Oh, on CNN, of course. And being asked about, those that are vaccinated and people that die. If you're vaccinated, what's the number there of people who have been vaccinated who have died from vaccination? And there's this really confusing answer as to what is going on with vaccinations, non-vaccinations, the vid. Again, we're a year and a half into the vid and the science and the data, and this is an interesting exchange.
For you to wear that mask.
Okay, wait, here's the exchange.
Are you aware of any fully vaccinated individual who has died of COVID-19? We do keep a track of this on our website. We are asking hospitals and healthcare facilities to send us cases of what we're calling breakthrough infections. They occur. They are rare. We are aware of 223 as of May 10th that are among the 115 million people that had been vaccinated by that time.
Okay, so 223 cases who had COVID who died. That's what she's saying? Now, hold on a second.
I also want to convey that now many hospitals are screening people for COVID when they come in. So not all of those 223 cases who had COVID actually died of COVID.
Wait. So we have 223 cases of people who have died with COVID after being vaccinated, but not all of the 223 cases who had COVID actually died of COVID.
They may have had mild disease, but died, for example, of a heart attack.
Okay. So I'm trying. Hold on. This is hard. Okay. So we're trying to figure out from the CDC director, trying to get some pretty straight answers. The science is there. We went from doom and gloom to, hey, we're free. And there has to be science and data behind that. And so down at Bash, CNN is saying, hey, deaths from COVID after being vaccinated. No, 223 of them, yeah. But they also had mild diseases and maybe they died from a heart attack. Well, what is it? And Cheryl Atkinson in a tweet was saying, remember the rules. Anyone who dies of anything, including gunshots, could be called COVID-related if they tested positive for COVID. But anyone who dies with COVID after the vaccination or of other alleged vaccine effects probably died of something else. Got it? No! I'm a little confused. So, again, it's... The issue becomes whether or not we have a situation still, where we can't get past this idea of vaccination, non-vaccinated, masking, unmasking, whether it's politically or not politically motivated. If you don't get the vaccine and you're out, well, you're going to be cheating. I mean, even CNN was talking about this last week. Clearly, if you're not vaccinated, you're just going to be mingling with it's the unwashed mingling with the washed, right?
So part of what they did today was great, saying these vaccines are wonderful. Once you get the vaccine, you can choose your own adventure. You can go out and take off your mask and do all these things. I think that's exactly the right message. The only problem is that also needed to be tied to proof of vaccination. Because what I really worry about is essentially the CDC today eliminated mask mandates and social distancing. They're saying it's all an honor code from now on. And so it's actually going to be a disincentive.
Yeah, so we've got to have something. It's a disincentive. And not only that, it's an honor code. And I don't trust the unwashed. They're going to go out and lie and say they're vaccinated when they're not, and they're going to get me sick, and I'm going to get in trouble. Wait, you're vaccinated, so you're going to be okay, right? Well, I don't want to be hanging around with you conservatives. Oh, did I say conservatives? I shouldn't have said that unless there was some kind of proof or evidence to say that there are some that are social media influencers, maybe, who might be talking about the fact that I don't want to hang out with people that are conservatives. I don't even want anybody to think I'm a conservative, right? Here's your story. You ready? David Hogg. Remember David Hogg? Look at you, just what? You don't like David Hogg? Yeah, you're not a big David Hogg fan. Yeah, not so much. Did you buy his pillow? My Hogg? The My Hogg pillow? Yeah, I heard it didn't go very well. Trying to go after Mike Lindell and My Pillow, so he did his My Hogg pillow to try to compete until he realized that, yeah, nobody cares about a My Hogg pillow and nobody really cares about, yeah. So anyway, in a tweet, he said, I feel the need to continue wearing my mask outside, even though I'm fully vaccinated, because the inconvenience of having to wear a mask is more than worth it to have people not think that I'm a conservative. That's David Hogg. Little virtue signaling going on there. There you go. And AOC did the same thing, right? Didn't AOC say that she's going to keep wearing it because, oh yeah, it's also a nice accessory when you don't want to do all your makeup. With the little emoji that's like this, right? Look at me. It's like, right? What is that emoji? I'm not down with the emojis. So if there's an emoji with a girl going like this, what does that mean? Like, right? Or
what are you doing?
Like this. Oh, you can't see me? So if you're watching at drewsteele.com, you see what I'm doing. So there's an emoji that AOC put out. She said, personally, I'm going to keep wearing my mask in shared indoor public spaces like elevators, subways, grocery stores. She's vaccinated, by the way. New York City got hit so hard that I think some of us are going to take time adjusting as we feel comfortable. Also, it's a nice accessory when you don't want to do all your makeup. What's this emoji?
It's this.
I know, but what is this?
When you put your shoulders up, like
I know, you put your shoulders up and your hands out at 180 degrees.
Like sorry, not sorry.
Sorry, is that what that is? Sorry, not sorry?
Pretty much.
Can I tell you something? Maybe it's me physically. It hurts to do that. Does this hurt you to make that sorry, not sorry maneuver? Have you tried that?
Yeah, I guess I've never really done that.
I don't think I've ever done that in my whole life. I don't think I've ever. Yeah, like it tweaks your neck muscles. It's like weird. Anyway, so we have a lot of that going on. The whole point of this break is very simple. That it's very, very hard for people to get past the fact that the vid has a political aspect to it that cannot be denied. That when we come to find out that the reason why we're told that women are out of the workforce in record numbers is because blue states, Democrats, liberals are the ones who are keeping kids in school, out of schools and not having the kids back in school classrooms, which is forcing women to make a decision. And that one is for their families to stay home with those kids and not be able to go to work. But it's everybody else's fault. It's not the blue states that are doing something that is against the science. And even when Dr. Walensky says, look, 12 years and under, you got to keep masking. Why? It's they're not super spreaders. The amount of deaths among kids under 17 we know is what, 300 and something, which, by the way, don't get carried away when I say this and don't start getting angry. Of course, every death from COVID is awful and horrific and nobody likes to hear we don't want to hear the number one. I understand that. But when we're talking about all the things that we could be talking about in life that cause death to individuals, and we're talking about the percentages and the numbers and all the things you know, don't tell us that a big chunk of this is not political. It is. 239-479-5592. All right, when we come back, Elon Musk is in trouble. How could Elon Musk possibly... He's putting people on Mars. How could he be in trouble? Well, he is. So we're going to get to that. And also, the director of ICE is left speechless when asked a question that should be very easy to answer. And it does have to do with not only ICE, what's happening along the border, but even the tactics that are happening right now with the Biden administration that should outrage you. Outrage you? Should make you outraged. It's one or the other. I think they're both the same. Anyway, stay right. 92.5 Fox News, right all along with traffic. Here is Therese O'Shea.
Good Monday morning. We're watching a crash blocking north and southbound lanes on State Road 29 at Oil Well Road, just north of that intersection in Collier County. So avoid that area for the time being. Injuries and, again, roadblock in that spot. Also heading through Collier County, we have a crash we're watching at Immokalee Road and Preserve Lane. No injuries. That's closer to the Golden Gate area. And then if you're heading out through Lee County, we've got a disabled vehicle off at mile marker 136 or so, southbound on the interstate between Colonial and Daniels Parkway. Also right now heading through Cape Coral, we're watching a crash at Santa Barbara Boulevard and Northwest 5th Terrace, and another at Santa Barbara Boulevard and Southwest 47th Terrace. Both crashes have possible injuries. EMS out on scene. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Happy Monday, Southwest Florida. We're still on the cooler and drier side this morning as temperatures are in the upper 60s and lower 70s. We will eventually warm close to 90 for everyone. And with that dryer in place, it won't feel quite as muggy. The breeze also going to help too, and that breeze does stick around for the entire 10-day forecast. I Wink News weather.
More delightful than driving a convertible Bentley while wearing mink underpants. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Jason and Todd believe in value. They're direct diamond importers and hand select each diamond directly from the cutters. By cutting out the middlemen, the Diamond District offers the best quality diamonds at the lowest prices, and they pass that savings on to you.
At the Diamond District.
I've been asked, did you plan on becoming the largest injury law firm in the world? And the answer is no. We set out to be focused on our clients and to have a commitment to trying cases and winning. And when you have those results at trial, you're able to settle most of your cases quickly and fairly. Hard work and client satisfaction was our plan. It worked. Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Hey, it's Drew Steele. You know the real estate market's really hot right now, but for how long? Well, nobody really knows. I mean, if people don't catch up on their mortgage payments because of COVID, the market's going to get flooded with foreclosure inventory, and that's scary because your home's value could plummet. So if you thought about selling your home for a premium price, now's the time to do it. But you don't want to make any costly mistakes. That's why you need to get with Anthony Gomes from GomesMovesHomes.com. See, he's been buying, selling, brokering, and investing in real estate for over 20 years. Mistakes in real estate can cost you tens of thousands of dollars. Anthony wrote a book on how to sell homes, your home, and for the most money. And he wants to ship it to you for free. Just go to GomesMovesHomes.com and tell him where you want to send it. Inside, you'll gain 20 years of secrets from wealthy home sellers on how you can sell for a premium price without doing repairs, letting strangers go through your home, and you could pick the closing date. Go to GomesMovesHomes.com. Again, GomesMovesHomes.com.
Ever purchase an online item and either it doesn't fit, has missing parts, or became damaged? Trying to save a few bucks can end up costing more. My Shower Door is a locally owned and operated family business that measures, manufactures, and installs our own brand of frameless shower doors right here in Southwest Florida. And we were just named Lee County's Manufacturer of the Year. With almost 80,000 shower doors installed, we have the experience and expertise. Plus, estimates are always free. Want to see more? Go to myshowerdoor.com.
This is Mike Roberts, Vice President at Mortgage Warehouse, Southwest Florida's mortgage price leader and home of the no closing cost mortgage. No points, no hidden fees, no loan costs, period. If the mortgage you have right now was done prior to COVID-19, you should call us for a free review. At Mortgage Warehouse, we understand how frustrating it can be to make your mortgage payment month after month, and the loan balance just doesn't seem to go down. The payment is mostly interest, but we can help with that. We can combine near record low mortgage rates with our local no closing cost program to improve your mortgage payment right away. You do not have to roll any closing costs into your loan balance to get these ultra-low mortgage rates. You can apply online at mortgagewarehouse.com or call 313-5000. That's 313-5000, mortgagewarehouse.com.
Certain restrictions apply. NMLS ID 137154, Equal Housing Lender.
License number CCC 1332557.
You have hundreds of roofers to choose from, but at Crown Roofing, we think we're the only choice in Charlotte, Lee, and Collier counties. Crown Roofing, the highest quality roofs with competitive pricing. Looking to re-roof, repair, or get roof maintenance on your home? Count on Crown for superior craftsmanship and peace of mind. Florida's most trusted roofer, and satisfaction is our goal. Get Crown on it today. Call 855-CROWN55 or online at crownroofing.com.
This is Drew Steele on 92.5 Fox News.
He was on a death row with that old gear. I got around, thumbed him in the eye, picked him off the ground, picked him out of the water so he couldn't get anywhere till he let the dog go. And in the interim, he decided, well, okay, I don't have him, I'll bite you. No hesitation. It's just the way it is.
It's just the way it is. That's a guy named Mike in Holiday, Florida, who I guess saved his dog's life because the dog was grabbed by the alligator, was doing the death roll thing, and he's like, you're not doing it to my dog. And he thumbed him. I guess he poked him in the eye with his thumb, and then he let go of the dog, and he's like, all right, now I'm going after you. And he wrestled the alligator, and there you go. I don't know if the dog's okay. I'm assuming the dog's all right. Saved the dog's life. Is that you, Jake? Are you on board with that? Thumbing
in Florida.
Is it like I'm going after that alligator, or is it I loved you, Fluff?
It's a very good question.
No, you got to go. You got to get in there with the alligator. You can't let Fluff go down. No, save Fluff.
This is Daybreak. 92.5 Fox News.
There are few pleasures so missed when you're away, or as taken for granted when you're not, than the simple pleasure of being at home in your favorite room. When your home is your oasis, it can be an even better one. When you give your family the gift of lasting organization. Why choose Closet Factory? So you'll fall in love all over again with a home that works, lives, and feels better. That's how we build it at Closet Factory.
This is Matt Devitt, Wink News. I've always been passionate about the weather and helping families stay ahead of severe storms. And now as a newlywed, I'm even more passionate about helping keep the ones you love safe. Southwest Florida is a weather paradise, but when the weather turns dangerous, accurate forecasting can be the difference between inconvenience and disaster. It's why the Wink Weather Authority is always on the job.
Trust Matt Devitt on Wink News, the Weather Authority.
Next, Rachel.
Hey, what are you guys doing here?
Our friends are popping in for an hour of sheet pan suppers.
Who doesn't love that? An easy cleanup.
With Top Chef's Gail Simmons' Winner Chicken Dinner.
I am very excited about this.
Chef Ronnie Woo's Catch of the Day.
Quick, it's flavorful, and it's so easy.
And dessert with Chef Ryan Scott.
And I summons the pastry therapist.
Next, Rachel.
Rachel Ray, this morning at 11 on WXCW.
This is State Representative Spencer Roach, and today I want to share my thoughts on what it means to be a Republican. Republicans believe in limiting the power of government and expanding individual freedom. Democrats want to expand government because they believe that government bureaucrats know what's best for you and your family. The expansion of government into every sphere of our personal lives would disgust our founding fathers, from crushing taxes and gun control at the federal level to the tyranny of local governments with their mask mandates, revisionist history, and sexual indoctrination of our school children. Government has truly gone wild, and I'm not going to sit back and take it. I'm going to fight back, and I hope you'll join me. This is Spencer Roach, and I'm proud to be a Republican because I believe that faith and family are the center of American life, not government. Thank you for listening. Stay tuned, stay engaged, and never forget that this is your government, and we work for you. Sponsored by Friends of Spencer Roach, P.O. Box 3179, North Fort Myers, Florida, 33918.
Water is life in Southwest Florida. It drives our economy from tourism to fishing to boating and quality of life. This is Adam Botana from Baywater Exclusive Boat Club, and we talk water for an hour every weekend on Fox News Radio. We feature guests on water quality, water safety, and water fun, including great boating day trips and tips on fishing. Join us this Saturday at 7 a.m. for the Baywater Exclusive Boat Club Hour with Adam Botana on 92.5 Fox News.
Fox News, I'm Chris Foster. It's been a week of Israeli airstrikes in response to rocket attacks by the militant group Hamas. The Palestinian Health Ministry says at least 197 people have been killed in Gaza, including 58 children. The Israeli military reports 10 deaths in rocket attacks.
Despite international efforts at a ceasefire, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said yesterday that Israel's attacks are continuing at full force and will take time.
Fox's Simon Owen. A spokeswoman for Microsoft co-founder Bill Gates says resigning from the company's board last year had nothing to do with an affair with an employee almost 20 years ago.
The Wall Street Journal says Microsoft board members decided it was inappropriate and he should step down. Gates and his wife Melinda French Gates announced recently that they are divorcing, though the Journal says they were already in discussions to separate and divide their wealth by 2020.
Fox's Ginny Casola. America's listening to Fox News.
This break is sponsored by Cornerstone Builders. Give us the opportunity to wow you.
Wink News, traffic.
Good Monday morning. We're watching a crash blocking north and southbound lanes on State Road 29 at Oil Well Road, just north of that intersection in Collier County. So avoid that area for the time being. Injuries and, again, roadblock in that spot. Also heading through Collier County, we have a crash we're watching at Immokalee Road and Preserve Lane. No injuries. That's closer to the Golden Gate area. And then if you're heading out through Lee County, we've got a disabled vehicle off at mile marker 136 or so, southbound on the interstate between Colonial and Daniels Parkway. Also right now heading through Cape Coral, we're watching a crash at Santa Barbara Boulevard and Northwest 5th Terrace, and another at Santa Barbara Boulevard and Southwest 47th Terrace. Both crashes have possible injuries. EMS out on scene. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Teresa O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Happy Monday, Southwest Florida. We are still starting off on the cooler and drier side with temperatures in the upper 60s and lower 70s. Eventually, we will soar to near 90, but with drier air in place, plus the breezy wind, it's going to be a very comfortable afternoon overall. And if you're a fan of that breeze, just know it's sticking around for the entire work week. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Brittany Van Voorhees.
There's the left way, and then there's the right way. 92.5 Fox News.
Imagine replacing your old kitchen with the kitchen of your dreams. Brand new custom-made cabinet doors. Drawer fronts, hand-finished by true craftsmen. Designer hardware, new hinges, and everything installed beautifully in less than a week, start to finish. Expensive? No. To the contrary, with refacing by Cornerstone, you'll save so much, we should really talk about your master bathroom too. Go for wow. Go for Cornerstone.
I'm Mark Anajar from the law offices of Anajar and Levine. Unfortunately, many drivers in Florida do not carry liability insurance or have limits of insurance that are insufficient to cover your injuries. Uninsured motorist is valuable coverage that you can purchase to protect you in those instances. Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733 for a free consultation and take back control of your life.
Office in Fort Myers, Naples.
For professional roofing, the name you need to know is D.R. Martineau.
Dan Martineau from D.R. Martineau Roofing. Storm season is approaching. Avoid complications with your insurance company. Sign up for our free pre-season and post-season roof assessment plan. Just Google DRM Roofing.
License number CCC 1326954.
For professional roofing, the name you need to know is D.R. Martineau.
Here's Bob Grace with a message you need to hear.
What happens when markets reset? How would you and your retirement be affected? What strategies should you consider? Bob Grace here, host of the Retire with Grace radio show. If you're between the ages of 55 and 66, I'd like to invite you to get a free copy of my May special report titled, Are We Rocketing Towards a Reset? The report gives you reset strategies to consider to protect your dreams of a comfortable, stress-free retirement. The report is now available for a limited time by visiting getgracereport.com. That's getgracereport.com. In the report, you'll discover strategies to consider now that stock markets are more overvalued than at any time in history. Techniques to boost yields in today's ultra-low interest rate environment. Why I believe a reset is now inevitable. If you're between the ages of 55 and 66, visit getgracereport.com to request a report today. That's getgracereport.com.
What's up, Southwest Florida? It's your friend Tyler McCluskey here, and I'm reminding you about our new show that airs every Saturday at 11 a.m. right here on 92.5 Fox News. Every week, I give you all the information you need to know about your health insurance needs. We also promote local real estate, entertainment, and have a guest host each week. Be sure to tune in live every Saturday at 11 a.m. or download our show on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. For more information or a health insurance quote, visit TylerMcCluskey.com.
Join us this Saturday at 11 a.m. for the Tyler McCluskey Show, right here on 92.5 Fox News.
Hey, Aaron Walker here from Naples Nissan with some good news from the factory. We've just been authorized to add all brands to the list of vehicles eligible for our trade-in offer. Yep, literally all brands qualify now. So if your 9-year-old Beamer just hit 100,000 miles, don't cry. Stop paying for expensive repairs and premium gas for that old gas-guzzling luxury brand you're driving. As long as it's a 2012 or newer with less than 120,000 miles on it, bring it to Naples Nissan to get the full original base MSRP for it so you can drive home in a brand new, fuel-efficient Nissan today. Whatever your trade-in was worth when it was brand new, even if you didn't buy it new, regardless of where you bought it from, and regardless of what brand it is, that's what we'll give you for it. Get full details at naplesnissan.com. Offers on select models with approved credit and cannot be combined.
This is Drew Steele on 92.5 Fox News.
All right, it's Daybreak, 92.5 Fox News, 239-479-5592, the talk and text line streaming live. DrewSteele.com is the website. Steele has 3 E's. It's mobile friendly, so good for your smartphone, smart device, or computer. And then you can go to at Drew Steele Radio on Facebook if you like to watch, because I know a lot of people still want to go there, so it's available for you there as well. Hey, somebody texted us on the text line and says, can I identify as a vaccinated person? So there you go. That's all you have to do, Jake. You go and you say, I identify as someone who's vaccinated, if anybody asks. That's it. I identify as a vaccinated person, and you're good to go.
All right.
What are you going to do? You're going to tell me I can't identify as vaccinated? Is that what you're suggesting? No, that's okay. We're causing trouble. That's not really. You shouldn't be. I know we shouldn't be doing that. That's a bad thing to do. So identifying now as a vaccinated person, that's what we should. That's what we should do. All right. Oh man, I don't know. Do we want to keep talking about that issue? About the confusion that's going on, vaccinated, unvaccinated? You know, there's something else that I noticed before we go on, because Joe Biden he botches a lot of things. I mean,
all men and women created by you know the thing.
And that wasn't even the first thing he's ever botched. But again, he botched something that had to do with the National Peace Officers Memorial Day. And botched it as being kind, but we'll tell you what happened coming up in just a second. But here's a point that somebody made to me, and I wonder about this. Did you hear about the stickers that some employees are giving out that are saying, hey, we're giving this to our employees. It says, I'm vaccinated. It's a sticker that says, I'm vaccinated. So you can confidently put the sticker on there, like I voted, I'm vaccinated. And we hear the stories even locally across the country. Publix, for example, that is asking their employees to be vaccinated. And, some are putting these stickers in people's hands so that they can show off that, these businesses. There was a Wink News story. Some Southwest Florida businesses buying I'm vaccinated stickers for employees. And there are people that said to me, hey, is that a HIPAA kind of violation thing going on? I mean, I guess if you voluntarily do it, as long as you're not forcing somebody to do it. I'm vaccinated. Isn't that cool? And I'm working at this business and I'm vaccinated. But then again, if I'm vaccinated, you don't get to ask. Or I don't have to tell you. I mean, you can ask. Go right ahead. It's like when you are running for school board and somebody wants to know what you think about Donald Trump or politically who you vote for, the people you support. And they say, hey, you're not allowed to ask. It's a nonpartisan race. That kind of thing. Yeah, which is nonsense. But the Southwest Florida businesses that are buying I'm vaccinated stickers from employees. I don't know, do you wear those? Would you be happy to wear those? But again, I guess that question becomes, if you forced me to wear it, I really don't have to, right? Because the HIPAA violations, I don't know, somebody smarter than me can call 239-479-5592. And there are a lot of you. So there's that. Hey, what did Joe Biden do? On Friday night, Representative Mast here in the state of Florida had some tweets, and Bernie Carrick was also tweeting this out, because earlier in the week, Joe Biden announced that the flags would be flown at a half staff to honor the men and women in blue who died in the line of duty. And I'm looking at it here, May 10th, 2021. I also call on the governors of the United States and its territories and appropriate officials of all units of government to direct that the flag be flown at half-staff on Peace Officers Memorial Day. May 15th, 2021 was that day, and May 9th through the 15th was Police Week. So what changed? Because on May 14th, we are told, and I'm looking at the Intergovernmental Affairs letter that Brian Mast put up on his Twitter account, please find attached an updated presidential proclamation honoring the Peace Officers Memorial Day and Police Week 2021. The flags will remain full staff on May 15th. What changed? People are just asking.
Not a joke.
No, seriously, what changed? I don't know. So you went from, I want to put the flags at half staff. for in memorial of Peace Officers Memorial Day on May 15th, only to find out that a couple of days later, now we're changing our mind on that one. We don't want to do that. It almost feels like it's political. Yeah, no joke. Yeah, it's not a joke.
Not a joke.
Okay, thank you very much. So there's that. On the heels of what we're told is an acting ICE director who was asked a very interesting question last week about what's going on along the border and the concerns that many have about what's going on specifically with how many illegals are crossing the border at this time. This is the acting ICE director when asked this question.
Yes, sir. One final question in this round. Are you able to quantify how many individuals are currently being admitted at each point of entry without receiving a notice to appear? If so, how are these individuals vetted, and what conditions of release are being set for these individuals, sir?
Probably should have the answer to this question, right? So the acting ICE director says...
Sir, I would have to defer that question to Border Patrol. They're the ones responsible for issuing the NTA. I do not have a whole lot of visibility on the actual numbers that are being released without issuance of an NTA.
Yeah, he has no idea. So the acting ICE director is left speechless when asked about how many illegals are crossing the border. And on the heels of that, we have some information coming from the Biden White House that it appears as if Joe Biden now has decided to divert healthcare cash to what? Well, to help deliver migrant youth and children to their illegal migrant parents throughout the United States. The Department of Health and Human Services has diverted more than $2 billion with a B, big bills, $2 billion of which meant for other health initiatives toward covering the cost of caring for accompanied immigrant children. So they've taken $2 billion. Now it's going and redirected to help deliver migrant youths and children to their illegal migrant parents throughout the United States. It really does sound like this administration is not doing a whole lot to circumvent or to stop some of these issues along the border from happening. As a matter of fact, it sounds as if even through fiscal means that they're doing more and more to kind of help to perpetuate this in ways that if you didn't ask, you'd never know. Oh, wait, there's more. What else is the Biden administration doing? Well, it seems like the failures of the Biden administration 100 plus days in are starting to... That's my sound effect for rack up or rack or what's the word I'm looking for? There's a racking up, rack up, level up, rack up, moving up. There's more of them. Okay, that's what I'm trying to say. There's more of them. Okay, so you've got that issue on the border that we're calling out the Biden administration. We're starting to find out more information on that. We have the ICE director that you heard is like, I have no idea what we're doing with regards to those that are coming into the country and notices to appear. And maybe they're getting them, maybe they're not. We don't really know what's going on. We've got this little ditty from CNN and Abby Phillips, who is like, I don't know if anybody realizes this, but we got an issue with inflation as well, everybody.
The inflation issue is real. If you look at the pricing of goods, it is going up. In small percentages, but it's significant. People feel it in their pocketbooks.
People are feeling it in their pocketbooks. Well, wait a minute. Joe Biden, I thought he was going to be the next greatest president ever since bread was sliced. Well, there's a lot going on. Used trucks and cars up 21%, furniture and bedding up 7.8%, fresh fruits up 6%, meats are up 4%, and cable and satellite TV up 4%. But nothing to see here. Everything's fine. Inflation is on its way. And how's the economy doing? Are we hearing more and more people getting out and getting jobs when we hear 8.1 million still jobs available and can't be filled? It's not sounding like the economy is getting ready to roar. It sounds more like stagflation, where the economy is just sitting doing nothing and prices are skyrocketing, lumber and more. And And we're even hearing about some of the things that we're going to find out about fuel and gas prices, and we hear about gas lines. How about the fact that there's not enough people driving trucks, fuel trucks, that are out there to even be able to deliver what little there is to get it to fuel stations. And so that's going to cause prices to go up. And remember something about the psychology of inflation, too. And I'll get to that in just a second. But what else did CNN say, and Abby Phillips? A little bit of a psychology here.
I mean, at the same time that all this is happening, domestically here in the United States, you have these really, I think, searing visuals. If you're of a certain age, particularly, brings you back to, I mean, I think Republicans would love to bring people back to the Carter years, but these gas lines, it's a psychological problem.
Can I just stop for a second? I'm just going to make this case. I may be right, I may be wrong, but I'll put it out there. CNN's Abby Phillips says Republicans would love to have these visuals and to see us back in the Carter years. And I might make the case, not as a Republican, I'm making the case as a conservative. I don't love seeing that at all. I don't enjoy it. I don't think it's cool. I don't think it's helpful. I don't think it's awesome because it makes Republicans look good and Democrats look bad. I don't enjoy it at all. I think it's horrible. I think the things that are going on right now are avoidable. I think all of the things that are going on with this administration do not have to be taking place. As some have said in the past, don't do anything stupid. I know, don't use the word stupid. And I'm sorry again if my son's listening. It's not stupid like I'm calling somebody stupid. I'm saying the thing that they're doing is stupid, so it's a big difference. Don't do anything stupid, and yet you're doing it. And so when you have an administration that's perpetuating all of these problems, I don't think Republicans are sitting back and going, oh, this is awesome. Destroy the country. Do it. Destroy gas lines. You bet. Prices shooting through the roof. Having it so I can't even afford to go out for a night out or even go buy the things that I need to survive on a daily basis. And there are those that won't be able to get it. And they're not sure where their next meal is going to come for their kids. Yes, I'm so excited. No. If you are excited about that, as the kids used to say, you might want to check yourself before you wreck yourself. Isn't that what the kids used to say, Jake? Check yourself before you wreck yourself. Remember that?
There was a time.
There was. Don't do that. So, what are you laughing at? What do you say now? What would be the?
I don't even think I'm up to date, man.
How could you not be up to date?
Old, Drew.
When I look at you, I think there's a guy who 239-479-5592. So the point is this. Nobody's excited about this. This isn't a moment to cheer at all. And it's all avoidable. It's all avoidable.
Maybe it's temporary, but for the American public, there's something psychological about hearing about inflation and seeing gas lines and literally going to the pump in certain southern states and not being able to get gas.
There's something more than psychological in looking and saying, wow, I can't believe this is happening. We're going back in time to the Carter years and how they were bad and how there's a generation that has no clue what she's talking about. But there's also how the psychology of inflation works. And don't forget about that, too. And we got to take a break, Jake, so you can hit the number. And it's this. And we'll get to more details coming up. But it's very simple. If you believe that home prices are skyrocketing because of the price of lumber, you think you need to get into the market now, because if you wait 6 months, you may not be able to get in at the price that you want. The price of the house is so high that even when you have low interest rates, the price of that house going up washes away the difference that you would be making that makes it affordable for you at that low interest rate. It's a wash. That's not good, so you try to get in, which means more houses are being built, which means more has to be done, which means there's a running out of inventory, which means those prices go up. So there is this inflationary cost to all of this, of things that are happening that may not be tangible, but because people start to panic and worry, and all of a sudden it becomes a hamster on a wheel that you got to figure out how to jump, and how do you get off of it? And certainly this administration doesn't put policies in place to help that. All right, 239-479-5592 is the phone number. Let's do it. Drew's College of Political Knowledge, 4 questions on politics. The more you get right, the higher the degree. We'll see if you earn a PhD. Drew's College next for caller number 9. You win, you'll play. Drew's College up next. Stay break 92.5. Fox News right all along, and Trace O'Shea has your traffic.
Good Monday morning. We're watching a crash blocking north and southbound lanes on State Road 29 at Oil Well Road, just north of that intersection in Collier County. So avoid that area for the time being. Injuries and, again, roadblock in that spot. Also heading through Collier County, we have a crash we're watching at Immokalee Road and Preserve Lane. No injuries. That's closer to the Golden Gate area. And then if you're heading out through Lee County, we've got a disabled vehicle off at mile marker 136 or so southbound on the interstate between Colonial and Daniels Parkway. Also right now heading through Cape Coral, we're watching a crash at Santa Barbara Boulevard and Northwest 5th Terrace, and another at Santa Barbara Boulevard and Southwest 47th Terrace. Both crashes have possible injuries. EMS out on scene. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Clear and comfortable as you start off the day. Partly cloudy, breezy with temperatures in the upper 80s and lower 90s this afternoon, with not a drop of rain in the forecast today. Few showers tomorrow, and storms return by midweek. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Brittany Van Voorhees.
Kennedy at 3 and Drive Home with Trey Radel at 5. Now back to Drew Steele on 92.5 Fox News.
Smart homeowners know that proper maintenance of their home's AC can save a bundle in the long run. Trust our comfort specialists at 1 Hour Air Conditioning and Heating to keep your AC running strong. A proactive tune-up can actually help your AC run more efficiently and save you money on your electric bill. Call 855-1-HOUR or visit onehourair.com.
Always on time or you don't pay a dime. Always on time or you don't pay a dime.
Independently owned and operated, licensed in their respective state or county.
Hey, this is Papa reporting that a lady recently complained that she did not like my commercial about the guy spitting chewing tobacco. She said that sound made her sick. I asked her what she thought about my commercial of Bart the donkey, and she went... Either way, a special thanks to over 4,000 wonderful people who did respond to Papa's wacky commercials and making this past year our biggest, most profitable year in over 30 years. On behalf of my sons, Casey, Kerry, and Cody, we invite you to call Papa for our free tile roof inspection. If we find needed repairs, we'll do our best to make it affordable. Let us show you how we can clean and seal your tile roof, pavers, and pool decks the eco-friendly way, and it's cleaner, safer, and lasts longer. We promise to keep the donkey off your roof. Call me, Papa, for our free tile roof inspection. 945-2700. That's 945-2700. Remember, area code 239-945-2700. We're open 24/7. License number CCC 1326213.
You probably know Lusk, Dray Sites, and Talisano for car accidents and other personal injury matters. But did you know they have attorneys who specialize in many other areas of the law? Whether you're in need of creating or updating your will and testament, or need advice about divorce or child custody, they have an attorney for you. And unlike the all-too-familiar competitors, at Lusk, Dray Sites, and Talisano, you'll be meeting directly with the attorney handling your matter, not some coordinator or case manager looking to increase their numbers. Lusk, Dray Sites, and Talisano. They've been serving you for over 35 years. Have a family law question? Are you seeking a divorce or have child custody issues you need resolved? Do you need assistance with dividing property? At Lusk, Dray Sites, and Talisano, their attorneys can walk you through this difficult process as the needed advocate to protect your legal rights. They've been here for you in the past, they're here today, and will be here for you tomorrow. LDTlaw.com. Offices Cape Coral, Fort Myers, Naples.
Drew's College of Political Knowledge is presented by France Eye Care. Better vision, better life.
Attention, class. It's time for Drew's College of Political Knowledge.
It's Drew's College.
All right, let's go to Mike in Cape Coral. Hello there, Mike.
Hey, good morning, Drew.
Hey, good morning. Drew's College of Political Knowledge, 4 questions on politics. The more you get right, the higher the degree. We'll see if you earn a PhD. Your associate's degree question, sir, starts right now. Let's start with this one. What do we call the first 10 amendments to the Constitution, sir?
The Bill of Rights.
That is correct, sir. All right, you got an associate's. We'll see if we get a bachelor's degree on this question. Let's see. In 2000, George W. Bush becomes president of the United States. Who was the president before him?
That would be wait, say that again. Who was the president before?
Yeah.
Boy, jumping ahead. Could you repeat the question?
I can. In 2000, George W. Bush becomes president of the United States. Who was president before that?
That would be William Jefferson.
Yeah, that's correct, sir. All right, you got a bachelor's. Let's see if you get a master's degree on this question. In 1973, the United States Senate began its televised Watergate hearings. Who was the president in 1973?
That would be Richard Milhouse. I am not a crook. Nixon.
That's correct, sir. All right, you got a master's. Let's see if you get a PhD on this question. Who was the president during World War I? Who was the president during World War I?
Does his wife count?
No.
That would be Woody Wilson.
Woodrow Wilson is correct, sir. I have no idea what you meant about the wife thing, but that's a whole other story.
Because when he was incapacitated, she was basically calling the shots.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, I see what you were trying to say. Gotcha. All right. All right, that's a whole other story for a whole other day. It might take us a whole long time. But listen, we appreciate you playing, Mike. Great job. You got a PhD today on Drew's College, so that is very impressive. You must feel pretty good today.
The most impressive person on this phone, yeah.
I'm on the phone too, Mike. All right, we got to go. Okay, good job, Mike. We appreciate you. I think, yeah.
This is Daybreak. 92.5 Fox News.
Searching everywhere for great prices on appliances? No, you're not, because you have better things to do. Besides, Good Deals has it for less, and they have plenty of items in stock despite shortages everywhere else. Remember, Good Deals guarantees the lowest price on everything they sell. Find a lower price anywhere, and Jay will beat it, guaranteed. Visit one of the showrooms in Fort Myers, Naples, and Cape Coral, or shop online at gooddealsappliances.com.
Good Deals Appliances. Have we got a deal for you?
Tougher than plastic, harder than wood. Nothing beats the power of steel. Drew Steel. Weekday mornings at 6 on 92.5 Fox News. 92.5 WFSX Estero. It's 8 o'clock on Southwest Florida's news and talk station, 92.5 Fox News.
A lot of Americans are going to get more money from the government. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. Monthly payments this time as we learn more about a provision in the COVID relief package approved in March. Fox's Rachel Sutherland explains live.
Dave, millions of Americans will start receiving advanced child tax credits this summer. Normally, families have to wait until tax season to claim the credits. Under the new Coronavirus Relief Act, the monthly payments will start hitting bank accounts in July. Do you qualify? It depends on income. The credits start to phase out for individuals making more than $75,000 a year, heads of households at $112,000, and married couples at $150,000. Families could receive a total of $3,600 per child under the age of 5, $3,000 for kids up to 17 years old. Dave.
Rachel, it's tax deadline day, pushed back from April 15th by the COVID crisis. People in Texas and Oklahoma have until June 15th because of damaging winter storms there. People keep driving and looking for gas along the East Coast. The hardest place to find it, Washington.
According to Gas Buddy, the app that tracks this, 88% of the gas stations in D.C. are out of gas. This one, though, does have gas if you're lucky enough to find it. Now, I've seen a lot of license plates in Maryland and Virginia coming from the District of Columbia looking for gas, although Virginia has about a third of the stations without gas.
Fox Business Network's Edward Lawrence. Colonial Pipeline keeps working to flow more fuel to those areas after being shut down by a cyber attack. It's another day of this. In Gaza, Israelis keep firing airstrikes, time to take out Palestinian militants, destroying 9 miles of tunnels, but Palestinian civilians have also been killed, nearly 200 of them. 10 Israelis have died in rocket attacks. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu tells CBS Face the Nation.
Thousands of rockets and missiles on our cities, and I think any country has to defend itself. It has a natural right of self-defense.
America's listening to Fox News.
Wink News, traffic.
Good morning. We're watching a couple of crashes in Cape Coral right now on Santa Barbara Boulevard. One just north of Cape Coral Parkway West at Southwest 47th Terrace, and another at Northwest 5th Terrace in Santa Barbara, causing some slowdowns north of Pine Island Road. If you're heading out on 75 right now, mile marker 135, we have a disabled vehicle off to the side of the road, just causing some slight delays southbound between Colonial Boulevard and Daniels Parkway. And in Immokalee, we have northbound and southbound lanes shut down on State Road 29, just south of Oil Well Road, seeing some slowdowns out there because of a crash with injuries. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Happy Monday, Southwest Florida. We are still starting off on the cooler and drier side with temperatures in the upper 60s and lower 70s. Eventually, we will soar to near 90, but with drier air in place, plus the breezy wind, it's going to be a very comfortable afternoon overall. And if you're a fan of that breeze, just know it's sticking around for the entire work week. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Brittany Van Voorhees.
This is 92.5 Fox News.
Everyone understands that when you buy more, you should pay less. It's called a volume discount. Hi, this is Earl Ron, president of New South Window, and we would like to make and install your windows. New South offers volume discounts for homeowners. The more you buy, the more you save. Our discounts start at the fourth window, and from there, the savings grow. New South can do this because we own our factory, and that's the power of Factory Direct. Award-winning, energy-efficient windows that will save you money and protect your home. Our windows are made in Florida, for Florida homes, by Florida workers, and we guarantee them for life. Visit us at newsouthwindow.com.
She's been shopping for months to make sure that when she walks, people are always looking at her feet. Italian, classic, modern, she had to find the perfect look. And when her friends come and visit, their gaze always goes down to admire her floors.
Get your floors noticed. GC Flooring Boutique for indoor and outdoor living. View GC Flooring's extensive stone, mosaic, vinyl, wood, and tile. Your Legno Bastogne Gallery on JNC Boulevard. GCFlooringofNaples.com.
Hello, I'm Brian Resney, president of Resney Wealth Management and host of the Resney Wealth Report and TV show on the weekends. Investors come to my TV and radio shows to learn and to get educated so they can make better decisions about their retirement and their portfolio. What's your risk management strategy? Are you willing to subject your portfolio to another massive decline in a set it and forget it strategy, or are you looking for a difference? Listen to my show Sunday mornings, 10 to noon on 92.5 Fox News Radio.
It's Fred Kobe with your Kobe Coin Tip of the Day. I see full-page ads in the newspaper every day offering thousands of dollars for your air conditioner trade-in. They're ads about giant rebates and cashback deals, and I personally believe these companies think that the average consumer is too stupid to know the truth. I have more faith in you folks. There's no such thing as a trade-in or a real cashback in this business. The fake rebates and trade-ins are just overpriced air conditioning systems with a discount. They can't resell this equipment, and there's no such thing as an AC trade-in. It's as phony as the people trying to sell them. When you think of air conditioning companies, we hope you'll think of Kobe Cooling. No nonsense and no pressure. We're the company your neighbors use. Bryant, whatever it takes, license CACO 57313. Kobe, the most trusted name in this business since 1949, and never offering fake and phony rebates and cashback.
Is your HR department struggling? Is payroll becoming unmanageable? What about insurance? When you track hours for dozens or perhaps even thousands of employees, Paycheck's all-in-one human resources, insurance, and payroll solutions can bring it all together. You'll have access to HR guidance, best practices, and employee tools. Get the insurance coverage you need to protect your company and competitive benefits for your employees with cost-sensitive health insurance, mobile access to HR analytics, training, and 50 years of expertise in payroll, HR, benefits, and insurance. Paychecks can help you stay up to date on changing regulations, get recommendations, and improve employee benefit options. Paycheck's suite of next-generation HR solutions can help fine-tune your operations and assist in taking your business to the next level. Sign up today for 1 month free at paychecks.com/future.
Insurance is sold and serviced by Paycheck Insurance Agency, Inc., 150 Sawgrass Drive, Rochester, New York, 14620. California license number 0C28207.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. But not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/find. That's ZipRecruiter.com/find.
From 92.5 Fox News.
It's the stuff Southwest Florida is talking about.
It's Daybreak. Now, here's the guy at the epicenter of what's important to those of us who live in Southwest Florida. Drew Steele.
Well, good morning, Southwest Florida. Glad you're here. 239-479-5592, the talk and text line. We stream live, drewsteele.com. That's the website. Steele has 3 E's. We appreciate you going there to watch. Also at Drew Steele Radio on Facebook. A lot of people asking if that's still okay, and I said, yeah, all right, that's fine. So you can go there as well. You know, there's a lot that's going on with things behind the scenes, and hopefully this week I want to try to reach out to the great Julie Kelly from American Greatness, because she's talking about a story that really goes to the heart of a lot of things that are going on with regards to this government, this administration, some of the things that we believed in the past and we were concerned about that seem to be coming to fruition lately. And it has to do with something that I mentioned on Friday. And it's about, once you see the tactics of the left, once you know what they do, once you know how they operate, you can't unsee it. And that's a good thing. You will understand what they're trying to do. And even on a local level, remember I said to you on Friday that one of the things that you might want to mark and notice and see, that when it comes to, for example, the Lee County School Board, and I promise you that when it comes to the search for a superintendent, they're going to make it sound like they're looking outside of the area for a superintendent to come in, a fresh face. We need a fresh face. We need a new perspective. We're going to do all that. But in the interim, we're going to bring somebody in who's on the inside. And then ultimately, they bring them in on the inside and they sign them on as an interim superintendent. And then they say a couple of months later, man, we've looked all over the country, but I'll tell you what, right here in Southwest Florida, we've got the best job being done by this interim. And now we need to make them the permanent, because we believe that watch it happen. Watch it. Because that's a tactic that's been used multiple times by multiple places. And again, that looks like it could be the case. Now, I hope that I'm wrong, and I hope that a fresh face comes from the outside, and then it can be vetted and explored to see who the superintendent choice for Lee County would be. But I'm just telling you, once you see the tactics and you recognize it, then you'll know more about what they've been doing to you, how they've been called out in the past, but now more than ever, you're willing to vet because you understand the consequences of not vetting, which is school districts that are pushing critical race theory in 1619 as opposed to 1776, and systemic racism, and even ideas of possibly getting rid of the SAT and the ACT scores for admissions to colleges. Oh, that's true. We can talk about that coming up. Why would they do that? But now you see all of these things and you want it to stop. And so when you see it happening the next time, just keep an eye on it. We'll see how it plays out. Maybe I'm wrong. And that would be a good thing, because it means maybe something positive would be happening. But it doesn't mean we're going to stop vetting or looking and keeping an eye on it. And so recognize it. So if that happens, you'll know why. I told you. But then Technofog has a Substack article about what every single American should be alarmed about and what's happening in this country. And I wanted to read a little bit to you because it has to do with, and this is why I brought Julie Kelly up, because Julie Kelly has been talking over and over again about her concerns about January 6th and how we're finding out more and more information every day. It wasn't an insurrection. They keep calling it an insurrection. The things that happened on January 6th now are being hidden. Why is it that we can't get more information on January 6th? Why is it that we're finding out that video, that information about January 6th is being held back? She did a report talking about how the DOJ and the Capitol Hill Police want at least 14,000 hours of Capitol surveillance video captured January 6th under seal. Even from defense attorneys. Their excuse is that the videos would provoke another attack. Let us be the judge. We would like to see it. On the heels of this morning, information, and I want to see if I can find it, but there you go. A new video that came out that Julie Kelly brought up. And I want to have her on this week. Hopefully tomorrow, I'll reach out and see if we can get more details on this story. A video revealing Capitol police officers giving the protesters permission to enter the building. This is not imaginary. This is not made up. This is not in somebody's head. This is not he said, she said. This is not heard it from a friend who heard it from a friend. You've been messing around REO Speedwagon, the way the Biden administration and others like to do it, and how the media, the fake news likes to do it, and how this is part of what we also identify as, a source from a source says that a source said that Donald Trump did something really horrible. Remember how that worked out and how they still do that? Well, a newly obtained video shows Capitol police officers speaking with several January 6 protesters, including Jacob Chansley. Remember the Q shaman? Remember the guy with the Viking hat and the whole thing, right? Inside the Capitol, they have the video of them saying, we're not against you. You need to show us no attacking, no assault, remain calm. And it has to be peaceful. And they let them in. And I think do I have this? Just in case, keep your, I didn't pre-listen to this, so I just want to make sure. So keep your button on the button. Okay.
Everybody, listen up. The police here are willing to work with us and cooperate peacefully, like our First Amendment allows. Gather more Americans under the condition that they will come and gather peacefully to discuss what needs to be done to save our country.
One other or the other. You need a show. You understand?
Yes.
Then show us no attacking, no assault, remain calm.
We're not going to assault. We're going to be heard. Everybody, this must be peaceful.
This has to be peaceful. We have the right to peacefully assemble.
That's the shaman, the Viking guy. The video directly contradicts what the government prosecutors allege in the complaint filed on January 8th against Chansley, saying that he was asked to leave the area. He approached, he screamed that it was their house and they were going to take over the Capitol and to get congressional leaders. Well, there's a video that says, no, you were going to do this peacefully. It's completely opposite of what the government's been saying. So why do they want to hide 14,000 hours of video from that day? Again, she's asking the question, why is this happening? And there's a lot more that I'm going to bring her on to the program, hopefully tomorrow, but definitely this week, to really dig into this. But again, it was Technofog on Substack who talked about the corrupted January 6th commission. Did you know that Democrats are now planning to do a national commission to investigate the January 6th attacks on the U.S. Capitol complex? Again, this is a roadmap. This is something you all need to be aware of. This is a roadmap. If you're like, well, Drew, this has already been decided. Can we just get past this? Joe Biden's the president. Can we just lick our wounds and move on? No, this is part of what has to be discussed, because if you ignore it, then you're not going to allow yourself to see what happens the next time this goes down. Because this is important. Whether it's, for example, whether it's the roadmap of the plot against the president a few weeks ago, as we screened the movie in Naples, we had Congressman Devin Nunes, remember, in town. We screened the movie, and the one takeaway was, this movie you need to watch because it's a roadmap. This is the roadmap to what the left has done to Donald Trump, what they will do to others moving forward. You'll see it. So once you watch this movie, you'll go, all right, now I can connect the dots. The next time they do it, I'll connect the dots again. We see it. This is what they're doing. The Democrats' roadmap to use their investigative authority to further the political goals. Remember, all the investigations into the Russia collusion hoax. They were constantly doing it. When you had people like Swalwell and others that were going into these skiffs that were finding out information that was exculpatory, that showed that the innocence of the president and others, and they proved that, and then to come out and lie and said, we found information that would prove that the president's guilty. They lied about what they heard. They heard the truth, and then they came out and lied to keep the investigations going, to try to find and dig and to collect, to see if they can do anything to keep a narrative alive and maybe come up with some kind of smoking gun that they were going to be able to show. Well, is that what they're doing now? The Democrats' bill, which elevates the January 6th quote-unquote riot to a domestic terrorist attack on the Capitol, proves what Technofog was saying and what others were saying, that, yeah, the commission may issue subpoenas requiring attendance and testimony of witnesses and the production of any evidence relating to any matter which the commission is empowered to investigate. So what does that mean? What are you saying? The dangerous part of all of this is that Democrats will have the subpoena power. And if they do 6 Democrats and 6 Republicans, do you think there's one Republican on that committee that might not have the love for Donald Trump and never did, and now is part of this committee, might join with Democrats to pull subpoenas from all different kinds of people over the January 6th riot, just to keep the narrative going, just to keep it alive, to say that conservatives and you and people who talked about the riot not being a riot and how dare you do that, to call you out. Do you see? Do you see what I'm talking about? That this is like the roadmap. Again, they've done this before, just like the roadmap I talked about with the Lee County School Board, and the roadmap that says, hey, we're going to hire an interim superintendent that's somebody on the inside, but we're going to continue to look for somebody on the outside. You know what? We looked on the outside, but there's nobody better than on the inside, and we're going to hire this person full-time because they've been doing a fantastic job. That's the kind of roadmap that you keep an eye on, and you don't allow that to happen because that's a plan. And if it doesn't happen that way, again, I would be happy to tell you I was wrong. More than happy. But it doesn't mean I'm going to not keep an eye on it and not vet. And it's the same thing with this. And again, it's important because I got to bring Julie Kelly in to talk about this. Because people are going to tell you you're crazy for thinking about January 6th as not being a riot. No, it absolutely was a riot. Don't you know how many people died that day? How many people died that day? Don't you know that somebody got hit over the head with a fire extinguisher? No, that's not what happened. That's not how the officer died. No. But they'll keep that narrative alive. All right. 239-479-5592 is the talk and text line. Streaming live, drewsteele.com. That's the website. We appreciate you watching, as always. All right. Do we have time for traffic? Should we do that right now? All right. Let's find out what's going on with traffic right now. Here's Therese O'Shea.
Good morning. We're watching a couple of crashes in Cape Coral right now on Santa Barbara Boulevard. One just north of Cape Coral Parkway West at Southwest 47th Terrace, and another at Northwest 5th Terrace in Santa Barbara, causing some slowdowns north of Pine Island Road. If you're heading out on 75 right now, mile marker 135, we have a disabled vehicle off to the side of the road, just causing some slight delays southbound between Colonial Boulevard and Daniels Parkway. And in Immokalee, we have northbound and southbound lanes shut down on State Road 29, just south of Oil Well Road, seeing some slowdowns out there because of a crash with injuries. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Happy Monday, Southwest Florida. It is clear and comfortable as you start off the day. Partly cloudy, breezy, with temperatures in the upper 80s and lower 90s this afternoon, with not a drop of rain in the forecast today. Few showers tomorrow, and storms return by midweek. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Brittany Van Voorhees.
When your liberal relatives from up north come for a month, turn up 92.5 Fox News in the house, in the car, and on the radio at the beach. 92.5 Fox News. Run all along.
Nothing runs like a... I need something I can depend on. I need a Kubota.
At Florida Coast Equipment, we have equipment you can depend on. We have the best deals in town for Kubota tractors, mowers, utility vehicles, and Kubota construction equipment. Our family has been Florida's premier Kubota dealership for over 30 years. Whether you're buying, renting, or simply need your Kubota service, come on over to Florida Coast Equipment in Naples. Equipment you can depend on at a price you'll love. Florida Coast Equipment, we've got you covered.
We believe in better. A better way to invest, a better way to serve you, and a better result. We can help you determine how much risk you're taking, red flags that could be potential problems for you, how much you're paying in fees or commissions, potential tax liability, or even how to address Social Security.
Tune into WealthWorks Radio with Eric Carney, Saturdays at 6 a.m., Sundays at 9 a.m., right here on 92.5 Fox News Radio.
Why would someone take a chance on purchasing a frameless shower door from a big box store or an online discounter of an obscure brand, and then try and find a licensed, qualified installer to put it in, when you can deal directly with a local, family-owned business that consults, measures, manufactures, and installs their own award-winning brand of shower doors? My Shower Door is a family-owned and operated business and has the highest ratings on Angie's List and Home Advisor. Want to see more? Go to myshowerdor.com.
Rockstar Harley will pay your sales tax promotion on any pre-owned Harley this week only.
Rockstar Harley doesn't intend on paying or avoiding your sales tax. And if you honestly believe that, we're very curious to know just what in the hell are you smoking?
Yeah, bruh. Sales tax is the amount of your discount on any pre-owned Harley. Rockstar Harley is Florida's #1 volume Harley dealer. You don't need perfect credit, don't need a cash down payment. 100% of all credit applications considered, and every pre-owned Harley discounted by your sales tax at Rockstar Harley now through Sunday.
Water is life in Southwest Florida. It drives our economy from tourism to fishing to boating and quality of life. This is Adam Botana from Baywater Exclusive Boat Club, and we talk water for an hour every weekend on Fox News Radio. We feature guests on water quality, water safety, and water fun, including great boating day trips and tips on fishing. Join us this Saturday at 7 a.m. for the Baywater Exclusive Boat Club Hour with Adam Botana on 92.5 Fox News.
In business, it's never just another day. Every day is the day. It could bring your biggest order yet, or a new cyber threat. Whatever the day holds, with Comcast Business, you'll be prepared. With a network that can deliver gig speeds to the most businesses, Comcast Business Security Edge to help protect your connected devices, and a dedicated team available 24/7. Every day in business is a big day. We'll keep you ready for what's next. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Get started with a powerful and reliable internet and voice solution from Comcast Business for just $35 each a month for 24 months for 2 years when you buy both. Call 1-800-501-6000 or go to ComcastBusiness.com today to find out more. Restrictions apply. New Comcast Business 35 megabits per second internet and one voice mobility customers only. Requires EcoBill and autopay. Equipment, taxes, and other fees extra and subject to change. Security Edge not included. Actual speeds vary. Call for details.
This is Drew Steele on 92.5 Fox News.
All right, it's Daybreak, 92.5 Fox News, 239-479-5592, the talk and text line, streaming live, drewsteele.com. That's the website. And Steele has 3 E's, as you probably know. Hopefully you do. I know Jake's wanted to talk about this all morning, and I've got a minute now to talk about it real quick. What's going on with Elon Musk? Elon Musk, there was a time when Elon Musk, if he said something, he was like E.F. Hutton. When E.F. Hutton talks, people listen. I got to find that ad. Right? Does everybody know the E.F. Hutton spot? Right? So when E.F. Hutton talks, and it's like, oh, the whole room turns. It was like a, oh, come on, here.
You'll never regret the purchase of a good stock. You don't say. Yeah, my broker says it's a real good buy. What does your broker say? Well, my broker's E.F. Hutton. And Hutton says...
And the whole room turns silent. And he's in a crowded restaurant. Everybody leans over. So that's like Elon Musk. Elon Musk was like E.F. Hutton. All of a sudden, all you had to do is say, if he said, Dogecoin, I love that little puppy. Everybody went and goes and buys Dogecoin. Bitcoin, that's a little bit for me. I love you, lots of bits. All of a sudden, everybody's buying Bitcoin. Well, guess what happened now? So now Elon Musk says, we got to have a carbon tax. First, he says Tesla's not going to accept Bitcoin anymore because of environmental concerns. So he said in a tweet that the company suspended vehicle purchases using Bitcoin out of worries related to the rapidly increasing use of fossil fuels for Bitcoin mining. Because when you have all these computers running, using all this this energy, which of course is fossil fuels at the big coal power plants and the like, and I got to stop that. So now we got to have a carbon tax if I want to keep doing this. But and now like coins are crashing and people are like, well, wait a minute, a carbon tax? How did you decide all of a sudden that this was going to be? So on Twitter, they have just destroyed Elon Musk. So there was a whole meltdown that he had. He started going after a podcast guy about cryptos, and then he kind of told him, stop trolling, you're not even good at this. And then he went after him as an obnoxious thread. Makes me want to go all in on Doge. And it's like, you see what you're doing? Stop doing this. Stop saying things like that. And then Twitter was like destroying him. And now Elon Musk went from, I'm putting a guy on Mars to, hey, can I hang out with you guys?
This is Daybreak. 92.5 Fox News.
Hi, this is Keith, the owner of Storm Shield Windows in North Fort Myers, and Storm Shield wants you to be prepared for the upcoming season. Global Weather Oscillations, an organization that predicts storms and hurricanes, has just been cited as the most accurate in storm forecasting by the media. Professor David Dilley, senior forecaster for Global Weather Oscillations, says that GWO's Climate Pulse technology model indicates that some regions of the United States have entered or will be entering the most dangerous hurricane landfall cycle in 70 years.
The experience with their product was great. We went through the storm. We didn't have to rush around and get plywood. We didn't have to put up shutters. It wasn't loud. It wasn't scary. There was no noise at all. We could see outside the whole time. We felt safe, and I just can't thank Storm Shield enough for the quality of their product and the peace of mind and security that it gave my family and me through the storm.
Enjoy the peace of mind, safety, and security that Storm Shield Hurricane Windows and Doors will add to your home. Call Storm Shield for a free in-home estimate today at 239-491-7002. 491-7002.
License number CGCA 60475.
Here's Bob Grace with a message you need to hear.
What happens when markets reset? How would you and your retirement be affected? What strategies should you consider? Bob Grace here, host of the Retire with Grace radio show. If you're between the ages of 55 and 66, I'd like to invite you to get a free copy of my May special report titled Are We Rocketing Towards Reset? The report gives you reset strategies to consider to protect your dreams of a comfortable, stress-free retirement. The report is now available for a limited time by visiting getgracereport.com. That's getgracereport.com. In the report, you'll discover strategies to consider now that stock markets are more overvalued than at any time in history. Techniques to boost yields in today's ultra-low interest rate environment. Why I believe a reset is now inevitable. If you're between the ages of 55 and 66, visit getgracereport.com to request a report today. That's getgracereport.com.
Are you looking for the perfect spot for your retirement? Just add water. Shell Point Retirement Community is located in Fort Myers on the Caloosahatchee River, just minutes from the Gulf of Mexico and Sanibel Island. Enjoy a vibrant waterfront lifestyle with miles of walking and bike trails. For boaters, there's a private marina with free boat docks to keep your boat right at home. Or join your friends on the community boat for cruises to local restaurants and beaches. Shell Point is comprised of 7 neighborhoods with scenic water views. Life slows down on the water as residents enjoy kayaking through hundreds of acres of secluded bird-filled waterways. To learn more about waterfront living at Shell Point, schedule a private appointment or attend one of our weekly group seminars, which include a tour of the community. Call 239-466-1131 or go online to shellpoint.org. Enjoy waterfront living today. It's all here at Shell Point.
Fox News, I'm Chris Foster. President Biden's among the world leaders calling for calm in the Middle East, but Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu says the military operation in Gaza will take time.
1 week into hostilities, Israeli airstrikes keep hitting Gaza. Israel's military says it's destroyed 9 miles of underground tunnels used by Palestinian militants. Militants keep firing rockets in the other direction, although the pace appears to have slowed.
Fox's Simon Owen. Today is tax day, delayed again this year because of the coronavirus pandemic.
The IRS delayed the deadline by more than a month this year to May 17th. It applies to individual returns and payments that are normally due on April 15th. Returns in Texas, Louisiana, and Oklahoma, because of this year's winter storms, aren't due until July 15th.
Fox's Ginny Casola. America's listening to Fox News.
This update is presented by Stevie Tomato's Sports Page in Fort Myers, Cape Coral, and Naples.
Wink News, traffic.
Good Monday morning. Roads getting busy out there in our 8 o'clock hour. We have a crash shutting down State Road 29 south of Immokalee. with injuries reported in this crash. This is just north of Oil Well Road. For a good 4-mile stretch, you'll see that roadway shut down northbound and southbound, so avoid the area for the time being. In Estero, we have a crash on 41 southbound at Estero Parkway with slight southbound delays on the highway. And in Lehigh, a hit-and-run crash at Leland Heights Boulevard East and North Ave, just off of Bell Boulevard, so watch out for some activity there, but no injuries, no roadblock. And in Collier County, we're keeping an eye on a crash. No injuries, though. That's at Collier Boulevard and Crystal Lake Drive. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Teresa O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Happy Monday, Southwest Florida. We are still starting off on the cooler and drier side with temperatures in the upper 60s and lower 70s. Eventually, we will soar to near 90, but with drier air in place, plus the breezy wind, it's going to be a very comfortable afternoon overall. And if you're a fan of that breeze, just know it's sticking around for the entire work week. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Brittany Van Voorhees.
You don't have to feel distant. Come join the conversation.
We need to get back to the times when you could agree to disagree and help your neighbors.
This is 92.5 Fox News.
Steven Tomatoes Sports Page. Come for the food, stay for the sports.
Hi, it's Big Al from Stevie Tomatoes. They say love and passion makes the world go round. Love for home, family, your country, partner, a friend, and love for food. Stevie wants to be part of your love with our food, drink, sports, and fun. Our passion for your satisfaction brings our love to all of our great customers. Whether it's our brisket short rib burgers, Chicago pizza, fajitas, wings, fish fry, or ribs, it's delivered to your table with love. So at Stevie's, we invite you to share our love of great food, drinks, sports, and fun. You'll never get bored or broke. We feel loved by the sound of our great customers. We promise to treat you like family, at your home away from home. I guarantee it. For daily specials, go to StevieTomato.com. Stevie Tomatoes Sports Page. Cape Coral, Fort Myers, and Naples. Come, come, come.
Steven Tomatoes Sports Page. Come for the food, stay for the sports.
Trust. It's the rock-solid foundation of Moran Wealth Management. Over 40 years ago, they began advising clients on ways to help meet their financial goals. 4 decades later, we've helped many reach their goals of providing for themselves, their families, and future generations. CEO Tom Moran has assembled an impressive team of professionals, each committed to the same core concept. Tom is recognized by Barron's as a Hall of Fame advisor. To be named a Hall of Fame advisor, the advisor has to have been ranked by Barron's consecutively for the last 10 years in any of their rankings. Let us earn your trust. Call 239-920-4440 or visit moranwm.com. Barron's rankings are based on data provided by thousands of advisors. Factors included in the rankings were assets under management, revenue produced for the firm, regulatory record, length of service, quality of practice, and client retention. Investment products and services are offered through Wells Fargo Advisors Financial Network, LLC, WFAFN, member SIPC. Moran Wealth Management is a separate entity from WFAFN.
What's up, Southwest Florida? It's your friend Tyler McCluskey here, and I'm reminding you about our new show that airs every Saturday at 11 a.m. right here on 92.5 Fox News. Every week, I give you all the information you need to know about your health insurance needs. We also promote local real estate, entertainment, and have a guest host each week. Be sure to tune in live every Saturday at 11 a.m. or download our show on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. For more information or a health insurance quote, visit TylerMcCluskey.com.
Join us this Saturday at 11 a.m. for the Tyler McCluskey Show, right here on 92.5 Fox News.
2, 4, 6. It's the $8,000 trade-in event. $8,000. For 4 days only, Sutherland Nissan Fort Myers and Sutherland Nissan Cape Coral are giving you $8,000 more than book value for your trade. Thursday through Sunday, only Florida's #1 Nissan dealer can give you more money than your stimulus and tax refund combined. Bring in any trade, regardless of year, make, or model, whether it's a loan, lease, or paid off. How can you possibly pass this opportunity up? Nobody pays you $8,000 more than anything is worth. Nobody, except Sutherland Nissan. Bring in any trade, regardless of year, make, or model, whether it's a loan, lease, or paid off. The $8,000 trade-in event absolutely ends 7 p.m. Sunday. Rush to Sutherland Nissan Fort Myers and the all-new Sutherland Nissan Cape Coral, your used car megastore. Online at flnissan.com. If you don't shop Sutherland, you'll pay too much.
See dealer for details.
Plantar fasciitis feels like pointed, sharp pain, very intense. It can make your eyes water. It makes you walk funny because you're trying to get pressure off your heel. I had instability. I was so frustrated. I didn't know what to do. And I was driving past the Good Feet store. I mean, why not? Give it a try.
For over 20 years, we've been helping people like Teresa
actually live the life they love without their feet getting in the way.
They wanted to make sure they fitted me with the right thing. And so they brought out several different arch supports and gave me the opportunity to try them in shoes and walk around with them until they found the perfect ones for my feet. I had no idea that they would be that patient, and I had no idea they would be that kind. And you just knew, like, your feet just, when they got on the right ones, they were like, oh yeah. And it really did make a big difference. It made my foot not hurt. I'm Teresa, and that's my good feet story.
See what we can do for you with a free personalized arch support fitting at the Good Feet store.
Call 552-FEET or visit us in Naples or our newest store in Fort Myers.
Nothing runs like a... I need something I can depend on. I need a Kubota.
At Florida Coast Equipment, we have equipment you can depend on. We have the best deals in town for Kubota tractors, mowers, utility vehicles, and Kubota construction equipment. Our family has been Florida's premier Kubota dealership for over 30 years. Whether you're buying, renting, or simply need your Kubota service, come on over to Florida Coast Equipment in Naples. Equipment you can depend on at a price you'll love. Florida Coast Equipment. We've got you covered.
This is Drew Steele on 92.5 Fox News.
All right. 239-479-5592, the talk and text line, streaming live, drewsteele.com. That is the website anytime you want to watch. And book, yeah, you can, just because we've made it available at Drew Steele Radio there on Facebook. So there you go. All right, are you ready to go right now? I think we are. Sure. Time for the top 5 audio clips of the day. Here we go. It's the 5 at 8:35.
Drew's Top 5 at 8:35 is brought to you by Moran Wealth Management. Isn't it time to review your portfolio options? Go to moranwm.com.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Drew's 5 at 8:35.
Number 5.
Elise is looking forward. We've got the momentum now leading into 22, and we're going to have a solid message. We're going to focus on attacking Democrats, not each other.
All right, we're going to see if that's the case. That's Representative Guy Reschenthaler from Pennsylvania, who said after ousting Liz Cheney from leadership there in the party, we have new leadership now with Elise Stefanik, who is the now leader, and on Mornings with Maria, he was saying, look, the move's going to benefit Republicans in 2020. And now instead of Liz Cheney being around saying, Trump, going after Trump is bad, Trump's bad, we got to go after, the party is just an absolute. Maybe now we can focus on some other things like Democrats.
Number 4.
صاروخ من عنا هذا من هون لك هذا من هون لا يعني من تحت البناية تقريبا قديش هذا الصاروخ اللي من عنا طلع جراد صاروخ هلا
Yeah, this is an interesting video. Maybe you didn't understand what was being said, but that was from January of 2009. What was going on there? Well, in the same building that was destroyed by Israel over the weekend, you probably saw the video of it where the AP and others were. We come to find out that Hamas was there, and they had I guess an office, maybe the whole, I don't know how much of the building was there, but not only did you have AP and others there, news organizations, but you had Hamas who had set up what was to be kind of a control center for terrorist activity against Israel. Well, how interesting when people say, no, that's not what was going on there. You can't even prove that anything was there, and we want proof. And others were even going after Benjamin Netanyahu for even saying that that was happening. Well, there's proof from January of 2009. How interesting that popped up today, that there's video of Hamas firing missiles launched from the same building in Gaza. And it was Al Arabiya TV that was sitting there and saying, a missile was launched from our place from here? And that was her saying it was launched from here under the building. Really? Yeah, so... 2009, they had evidence of that. You want to say anything now about that, or we just forget about that?
Number 3.
What would you do?
Let me ask
if it happened to Washington or to New York? You know damn well what you do.
Let me ask you
do at the very least what we're doing.
Man, woo! Woo! There's a little bit of Benjamin Netanyahu right there. It's Face the Nation. And he was being questioned about that same building and some of what was happening there in Gaza and these attacks against what has been missile after missile after missiles being fired, and Iron Dome doing its best to stop these missiles from coming into Israel. And there's Benjamin Netanyahu saying, what would you do? You know exactly what you do. If 70% of your country was being attacked the way ours is, what would you do? And there's more audio there that we'll play in just a couple of minutes.
Number 2. But the inflation issue is real. If you look at the pricing of goods, it is going up in small percentages, but it's significant. People feel it in their pocketbooks.
Whoa, that is CNN, Abby Phillips, over the weekend saying people are starting to feel inflation in their pocketbooks. It's happening right now, and they're admitting to inflation during a Biden administration. I thought everything was supposed to be wonderful. We had to get out of the evil Trump administration to get to an administration that would make sure that we wouldn't have inflation. Well, we kind of have that. We wouldn't have gas lines or anything like that, or high prices. Okay, well, we have that. The border, no crisis along the border. Everything is. We got that. Hey, there's peace around the Middle East. You know, the Abraham Accords. We don't have a whole lot of them. Hey, what are you doing anyway?
Number 1.
Getting some rocket fire in right now. You can see Israel's missile defense system behind me, the Iron Dome, working right now to try to intercept those rockets. I'm going to get down here and just listen. You're going to hear an explosion any second now. Interception. There it is.
Unbelievable video that is coming out of Gaza. There is Trey Inkst, who is a Fox News reporter who has been there on the ground in Gaza and has also been in Israel and watching Iron Dome. Right behind him, an Iron Dome missile firing to stop rockets coming in from Gaza, and how it was escalating over the weekend. Just unbelievable video.
Drew's 5 at 8:35.
And again, Benjamin Netanyahu was on with the talking head shows this weekend. And if you didn't catch any of that, and how, they got a lot of questions. Face the Nation has a lot of questions for Benjamin Netanyahu. I mean, what are you doing here with all of this AP building and more?
The precision of that targeting has been up for question. There's been a lot of focus on the bombing on Saturday in Gaza of a building that housed the Associated Press and Al Jazeera. The Committee to Protect Journalists demanded detailed and documented justification. This morning, there's a Jerusalem Post story that says the Americans were shown a smoking gun. That proof that Hamas was in that building. What is that proof? And did you show it to the Americans?
Yeah, and speaking of that organization, how is that journalists organization, how are they doing in exploring why it is they're all in a building that Hamas occupies that is firing in 2009 rockets from the same building and apparently had a tunnel underneath it, and that's exactly why that building fell the way it did, because of the tunnel underneath and all of these other questions. Hey, are they investigating that portion of it? No, we don't talk about that. Benjamin Netanyahu, Prime Minister of Israel, says,
well, we share with our American friends all that intelligence. And here's the intelligence we had. It's about Palestinian terrorist, an intelligence office for the Palestinian terrorist organization housed in that building that plots and organizes the terror attacks against Israeli civilians. So it's a perfectly legitimate target. And I can tell you that we took every precaution to make sure that there were no civilian injuries. In fact, no deaths, no injuries whatsoever. Well, I can't say injuries. I don't know if somebody received a fragment of a stone. I don't know that. But no people were killed. Now imagine, ask yourself, how is that possible? You see these high-rise towers that are used by Hamas over and over again. They collapse and no one is killed. Why does that happen? Because we, unlike Hamas, take special precautions to tell people, leave the building. Leave the premises. We make sure that everyone is gone before we bring down those terrorist facilities.
Yeah, but why did you do it? Why did you take that building down? I mean, what was going on in your mind? So there's the Prime Minister explaining exactly what happened, exactly what went down. And as the fighting, these rocket launches continue. And for how long, we continue to watch the situation. But again, trying to get to the truth, the bottom line of the situation, and how many people have said this in the past, right? Hamas, Palestinians, they lay down their arms, they're peace. Israel lays down its arms and they're destroyed and they're gone. They're wiped off the face of the map. 239-479-5592. Hey, some of the other stories that we didn't get to that I touched on that I probably should mention. 9 campuses of the University of California system are no longer going to consider standardized testing scores as part of the admission process for 2021. How about that? That's pretty, how exciting is that, right? The change, no more SAT, AC test results, so we don't have to worry about that. It's a result of a large legal settlement of lawsuits that were brought on by groups that were going after the University of California. Was it because of, I need the buzzer and the dinger. We have the buzz and the ding. Where is that? Let's see. Was it because of the high price, Jake? Was that what it was? No, it wasn't the high price. Was it because, I'm trying to think. What else would it be? What would it be because the SAT and ACT is not a good gauge of what people know and that kind of thing? And when it comes to looking into testing scores, that for the longest time it's been used and it's probably not really a good. No, it's not. Is it because it's racist? That's it. It's racist. Change is a result of a legal settlement of a lawsuit brought by groups that claim that the traditional SAT and ACT tests are racist. 9 campuses will no longer use the test scores to determine how to award scholarships. Paid $1.5 million in attorney's fees, and no longer will they be using it. Opponents of the tests used for admission argue that students of certain races score lower on average as a group than other races. Proponents say standardized tests offer an equal playing field since all the students take the same test. But we'll let you decide. So there you go. SAT, ACT is racist. But listen, don't worry. We'll continue to teach our kids in school about critical race theory and how everything should be viewed through the eyes of race and people's skin color. And that's the society we want because that will make us better. So you keep doing that. Anybody in any school, charter school, public school in your community who is pushing critical race theory and wants that to be in our textbooks and wants that to be taught in our schools, thumbs up, everybody. That's what we need to do. Unless, of course, you have a problem with that and think it's abhorrent that we would do anything through the lens of skin color and race and systemic racism as we look at that and how a society is going to run that way and how we're not racist. And how certainly we can't just accept that a small amount of people who have a very large voice get to start putting pressure on others to start doing this, and it becomes the norm because somehow you feel some kind of white guilt and you have to feel that way, so you think this is a good thing because ultimately it's going to make things better because it will never come to your doorstep. I don't understand why you're doing this. Like, what's the end goal here? I mean, the end goal is to destroy the foundation of the country and American exceptionalism and bring in a time not of 1776 but of 1619, which becomes the Church of Woke, which becomes the Wokenistas, which becomes the Wokesheviks, which becomes whatever you want to call it. That's what we're looking at. And that somehow that's going to reign supreme, unless enough people see that pendulum swinging too far and say enough is enough. This isn't helping with gas prices. This isn't helping with the situation I have feeding my family. It doesn't help with the situation of inflation that's out of control. It is not helping when it comes to peace in places like the Middle East that I understand that that is a tinderbox, and if that were to grow into something larger, then it does mean something for this country. It's not something far away, but it's something right here that comes to our doorstep. When we come to find out that this administration is now putting out warnings that maybe we need to be concerned once again about terrorism on our shores. No, I'm not kidding. That's out there. That was discussed over the weekend as well, that, hey, by the way, with all the things that we've got going on right now, with all the problems, I don't want to throw anything else into the mix. Hey, but we might want to be on the lookout. I can't even say it. We might want to be on the lookout for terrorism spiking in the country. We got that. As COVID concerns ease, the DHS is reminding everybody that reminding Americans that terrorists may attack at any time. We'll throw that in the mix. But nothing to see here. We'll continue to talk about woke because that's really what people care about. And again, when you have a situation that hits close to home like it did for my family over the weekend, when I have my son who was being bullied by somebody in my neighborhood because he dared to disagree with a 14-year-old who claims she's a lesbian. And how dare he say that, doesn't exactly agree with that. And pointed out scriptures in the Bible. How dare he do that? And said, it's not that I don't like you. I just don't want to talk about it, and it's something that I'm not looking at you like, and I don't want to talk about it anymore, only to be bullied by somebody. How does that happen? You know how that happens. And you have an opportunity to make that kind of thing stop if you are concerned about what's going on in schools, what's going on in universities. You're going to make sure that your kids have other options besides sending them to public school, which is indoctrinating. We're done with that. There are other options out there, and to search that out. To question why your neighbors are saying things like that and why that's happening in your community where you don't even want to go to that place. That's not even some place where you want to be. And now you have kids bullying kids because they disagree with transgenders and lesbians and lifestyles, and he's 12. All right. Yeah, I'm a little frustrated about that, to say the least. 239-479-5592 is the talk and text line. We stream live, drewsteele.com, and we always appreciate you watching. All right, Glenn Beck is next. Tomorrow, I'm hopeful that we'll have the great Julie Kelly on. I'm not sure because this story is so big that she's bringing up that it can't be ignored. And we've got to go into it in detail, and hopefully she'll join us when it comes to January 6th, the insurrection. Why are 14,000 hours of video from the quote-unquote insurrection being put under seal by the DOJ and Capitol Police? Why would they do that? Yeah, there's a whole story to that we're going to get to. All right, let's find out how the remainder of the forecast is shaping up with Wink News meteorologist Brittany Van Voorhees.
Happy Monday, Southwest Florida. It is clear and comfortable as you start off the day. Partly cloudy, breezy with temperatures in the upper 80s and lower 90s this afternoon, with not a drop of rain in the